Hello. Good morning to everyone here in Toma Sessions. Mega shout out to our students, faculty, and admin of Norsu. So I'd just like to mention the following campus: Seattle campus by Miss Maricel Tyre, Vice campus by Mr. Giovanni Gravador, Main campus, Mr. Ryan Taiko, Mr. Millard Von Tubog, Miss Lyra Espinosa, Miss Glennon Zamora, and Miss Liroz Rizada. So again, good morning. Welcome to Toma Sessions. We'll be starting by 9 o'clock as soon as Miss signs in. If she's there, ma'am, please just make a shout out so you'll be recognized. And then again, to all the students. So technically, later on, we'll be having 2 topics for our seminars, and I will have an announcement with regards to your e-certificates. For the meantime, just listen to the music, and don't forget to subscribe. And another thing is, we do have a thumbs up for this live stream. So if you can see, mega shout out to our 142 viewers. Paki-like na rin po para magpantay 141 to 141. You can see that at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, so let me make some shout outs. Let me read your comments from the beginning. So the first one is Rosalind Kilaton. Good morning. Charmaine Fralion. Good morning po. Nuway Givelin Paradero. Good morning. John Vincent Tadiamon. Marvin Eha Elnas. Zinaya Ganon. Rosalind Kilaton. Mary Faith Kider Molero, Angelo Pawelas Tindok, Harleen Esplagera, Van Allen Adrial, Mary Angelique Baid, Charmaine Fralion, Mary Queen, May Queen, Marvin Elnas, Rocky Palalon, Angela Bordago, May Queen, Cecil Awayan Baldomar, Sherry Remoto, Nway Givelin Paradero, Jaira Mariones, Nino Inakay, Jessel Ege, Annalisa Raffles, Cecil Awayan Baldomar, Shara Karumba, Pearl Monteclaro, Lian Sabanal, Mary Faith Kidermolero, yes, Eileen Baracoso, Marjeline Medel, Arlona Jean Cabales, Charmaine, okay, Jonalyn, Azenith, Steven Gahonera, Sherry Remoto, Christine Makiling, Mark Jason Bacquerigo, Marjolene Medel, Reina May Morados, Charlie Rendora, Giselle Antone, Beverly Pajardo, Rex Jason Elegado, Eileen Palahang, Mark Jason Bacquerigo, Alfred Caluscusan, sorry, I don't understand. Required mo anang magbutang name. Can you speak na lang in Tagalog or English? Thank you. Annalisa Raffles, Reggie Gahigan, Julie May Dante, Angela, again si Angela, Carl Chapet, Gonzalez, Jane Remolio, Chiara Karumba, Duning Roji, Meraluna Asenas, Nuway Givelin Paradero, Irish Flores, Evelyn Ohok, Oyhok Pindok, Alfred Caluscusan, Phoebe, Lynn Zema, Marnone Acaso, Dante Ovas, John Mark Labe, Keisha May Eli, Sandro Oviñeta, John Mark Liabe, Presty Espartero, PH Tanoko Mary Ilian, okay, from the main campus. Alfred Kaluskusan, John Mark, Risha Angela Aguilar, John Mark Labe, okay, dami. Cherry May Munko, Angelica Taiko, Alfred Kaluskusan, Sandro Ovigneta, Ranielesa Hakosalem, Rafi Ibanez, Mary Ann Bulisid, Donna Claire Gargoles, Jeff Javier, Kurt Dave Rigor, Gargoles Analiza, Francis Lid Ejercito, Mark Jason Bangkerico, Guapong Tavo sa Bayawan, sabi niya. Ron Ronarido, Mary Ann Bulisid, okay, Angelic Tagat, okay, and then Lian Sabal ulit, Mary Ilian Tanoko, okay, si Grace Gahelyoma, April Joy Sardeño, Francis May Torres Atat, E.J. Kenneth Falcon, Trisha Tiffany Asentista, we have Jomar Amores Uy, Ron Narido, Mary Ilan Tanoko, A.J. Falcon, Alfred Kuliskusan, Harleen S. Palguera, Mary Ilian Tanoko, Ron Narido, Nino Inakay, April Joy Sardeño, Rapi J. Okay, I think lahat to nandito na. Okay, sinong bago? Sherry Remoto, Angelo Pawelas Tindok, okay, Bibilin Zema, let's skip it a bit, Jeff Javier, Reggie Gahigan, Jane Rose Emolio, okay, then we have Renny Babes, Gia Marayan, Christine Makiling, Hannah Mahusay, Gian Sardeño, Cecil Amayan Baldomar, Mary Jane Valyaspin, Samantha Higuera, okay, and we have Jaicon Siwela, Judy Ann Halbuna, Charin Pisan, Dechi Aurelius, Kirk Dave Rigor, Annalisa Raffles, okay, we have Joanna Fe Balagosa, we also have John Vincent Tadiamon, Mary Chris Obog, okay, then we have Azenith Torres, Abigail Mancao, Charlie Rendora, wow, mega shout out, 194 na tayo. Okay, Cherry, Mark Lawrence, Clint Backwood, Lady Jane Ingreso, Zandro, Mike Lester, Noy Kim, Narciso, John Mark Labe, Arian Alar, Zandro Obienieta, Samantha, Sheila, Abigail, Zandro, Jessa, Richelle, Zandro, Van Allen, Edrial, Rachel Batal, okay, Cherry May Punko, Zandro, Jessica, Cherry, Jessamy Hamid, Zandro, Jinky Datuwin, Richelle Ardion, good morning, Zandro, yeah, puro si Zandro, Julie Bantayanon, John Luciano Mahagan. Okay, by the way, mega shout out to everyone who's here at Toma Sessions with Norsu. Please don't forget to like the live stream by giving us a thumbs up. So for now, we have 194 viewers and we have 124 likes. So, konting likes pa dyan, mga katoma. Okay, so we'll continue the shoutouts. So, Joylyn Rezo Hatulan, Claire Deposoy, John Luciano Bihagon, Kimberly Cabonte, John Luciano Bihagan, yeah, Mary Hamwad, AJ Kenneth Narido, Judy Ann Inkig, Cherry Grappa, Geraldine, Maika Omole, Richel Ardion, okay, Paul, mega shout out, Paul John Bagwasan, Calopez, Sheila, Sandro Obigneta, Daily Music, a shout out, yes, Francis Limercito, Sheila May Bariones, Mark John Lerio, Dechi Aurelius, Renny Joy Himodo, Jake Zamora, Sheila May Makay, Clint Backwood, AJ Falcon, Mary Ann Balusid, Jaira Moriones. Okay, guys, let me just check Ma'am Saini. So make a shout out to the 200 students that's here right now, all the way from Norsu, Sarah Jane Samson. So iba-ibang branch ng Norsu, no? So that's good. Welcome to Toma Session. Kabuzog ni Calwardo. Okay. So I hope, again, as mentioned in the announcement, please do not hesitate to ask questions. Libre lang yan. And please take notes because I believe you will have a quiz. no, with regards to our webinar. And I hope you have enough credits, no? Yung inyong load, no? So at least we can maximize our time, and you can hold on, guys, huh? Okay, so if you actually have some classmates that are supposed to join us, just give them the link so they can join. So we're expecting, I think, about 350 students, ano? So yeah, let's wait a bit. The earlier we start, the more we can discuss, no? So for now, listen to the music. Oh, mega shoutout, Alexandra Tan, all the way from Negros Oriental State University main campus, Dumaguete City. Okay. So, hopefully guys, hindi tayo masyadong mapuputol sa ating internet connection kasi sayang. Okay, we already have 207. Okay, let's test our listening skills. So for now, can you type rum, please? Rum, if you can hear my audio, can you type rum? Can you type rum if you can hear me? Mega shoutout Rochimi Tinambakan and Annalisa. Ginaline Bulhano, mega shoutout to you. Sige, maglaro muna tayo. Rum. Okay. Perfect. Sige. Press those keyboards loud and clear. So next tayo, guys. Gin. Can you type gin, please? Gin. Pam. Can you type gin, please? Okay, siguro guys, habang while we're still waiting for some of our friends, no, and classmates, I'll give you a link. Paki-like na rin muna. So at least we don't waste too much time, no. So here is our Facebook. So kindly follow us on our Facebook. Here's our Facebook. Nilapag ni Plantita Journey. That's our Facebook. Just follow us and then balik kayo dito. Alright. Paki-follow po. Baka naman. And also, hindi lang po tayo pang Facebook, hindi lang po tayo pang YouTube. Tayo rin po ay pang TikTok. Yan. Sige, guys. So, palike na rin muna TikTok and Facebook natin dyan. Yan. Okay. So, pagka tapos na kayo mag-like or mag-follow dun sa dalawa, just type done, please. Mabilis lang naman yan. And then, Ma'am Saini, if you're here with us right now, give me a go signal if we can start the webinar. We still have 5 minutes. So, para hindi tayo bored in the house, ano? So, we have, again, a TikTok page. We have a Facebook page. And we do have an IG. So, same thing. If you want to like it, so please do. Okay, very good. So now, actually, let's do Let's type the word tequila. Can we type the word tequila? Can we type the word tequila? Yeah, okay. Can we type the word tequila, guys? So dun sa mga delayed, no, yung dating ng live stream natin. So just bear with us. It's okay. Because once this is recorded, so you can actually view this later on. Okay, very good. Very good, very good. Can you type now vodka? Can you type vodka, please? Vodka. Vodka, vodka. Yeah, type it as fast as you can. Vodka. Okay, let's do brandy. Let's do brandy. Let's do brandy. Let's do brandy. Okay. Let's do wine. Can you type wine, please? So for those who just came in, again, paki-like na lang po yung ating, paki-thumbs up itong live stream sa baba. No? There's a thumbs up over there. So next, let's do beer. Let's do beer. Yan, may naglagay ng emoji na beer. Can we do beers, please? Can we do beers? Can you type beers? Yan. Ano pa ba? Let's do whiskey. Can we do whiskey? Can you type whiskey? So ito, I'm letting you type words na sa bartending subject ninyo, no? So just to check if you still remember. Yeah, let's do beers. And then after that, can we do lambanog? Yeah, let's go local. Let's do lambanog. Can you do lambanog? Okay, lambanog. Can we do basi? Can we do basi, please? Basi. Basi. Can we do basi? Okay. Basi. Alright. Can we do liqueurs, please? Liqueurs. L-I-Q-U-E-U-R-S. L-I-Q-U-E-U-R-S. Can we do liqueurs? Yan. Very good. Okay, so now let's go to cocktails. Can we do margarita, please? Can you type margarita? Margarita. 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 Can we do daiquiri? Can we do daiquiri? Daiquiri. 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 So actually guys, if you notice, kahit na may music tayo, I'm still talking, no? Because that in the real operation, pag kunwari nasa disco kayo, if you're in a bar, of course there's music as background. So you need to test your sense of hearing. Okay, so the daiquiri okay na, no? So let's do Cosmopolitan. 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 Okay, wrong spelling yung iba ng liqueurs, ha? L-I-Q-U-E-U-R-S. L-I-Q-U-E-U-R-S. Okay, Cosmopolitan. Cosmopolitan. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Okay, can we do B52? Can we do B52? B52, that's a shooter. B52, can we do a B52? B52. Sige lang, we're about to start. Welcome to 249 viewers, 2 million. Actually, yeah, 24,700,000. Okay, next, can we do Cuba Libre, Cuba Libre, Cuba Libre, Cuba Libre. Okay. Okay, Cuba Libre. Okay. Next, let's do Piña Colada. Piña Colada. Piña Colada. Piña Colada. Okay, next tayo. Bee's Knees. Bee's Knees. Okay, of course, the last word that we're going to type is Norsu. Can you type Norsu, please? Norsu. Of course, syempre, Norsu tayo, no? Let's do it. Let's do Norsu. Type lang natin ang Norsu, guys. Okay, let's type last word, Norsu, Norsu. Norsu tayo. Norsu. All right. So, I think we're ready to start. In 3, 2, 1, and ayan na. Okay. So, good afternoon. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. Okay. So, let's start. Dapat Ma'am Saini would be here, no? Pinapapaakyat ko sana siya. I hope you guys can see me. So, good morning. Welcome to Toma Sessions Live. Of course, I'm here all the way in my studio here in Marikina. And thank you very much, first of all, kay Ma'am Saini for giving this opportunity to be able to reach out to the students, the wonderful students of Norsu. Again, I would also like to mention yung mga advisor ninyo, no? So for Seattle campus, we have Miss Maricel Saire, okay? Vice campus, Mr. Giovanni Gravador. Main campus, Mr. Ryan Taiko. Mr. Millard Von Tubog, Miss Lyra Espinosa, Miss Glennon Zamora, Miss Leroz Rizada. Okay. So, Let's start. So, sino ba? Who is Richie? Who is Richie Cruz? Who is Toma Sessions? So, basically, my name is Richie Cruz. I've been a bartender for 23 years already. I've worked in two cruise lines, namely Holland America and Celebrity Cruises. I graduated also as an HRM student once upon a time, way back 1998 in University of the Philippines in Diliman, Quezon City. So just like you, I wanted to be a hospitality industry practitioner, but at that time, nung I was in college, I already loved drinking, no? So we would we would mix something up in the Coleman, tapos punta kami sa lagoon, no, with my friends. So at the time, I was mixing Wita tea, as I call it, because it's whiskey, tang, at saka nesty, during that time. Now, after that, yeah, as I mentioned, I've been in the bartending industry for 23 years. I worked in Peninsula also as a barman. I worked in Virgin Cafe way back 1999. I worked, like I said, in Celebrity Cruises as a bartender, in Holland America Line as a wine attendant. And then after that also, I worked in the industry of the academe. So, naging teacher po tayo for the following schools: UP, UST, LaSalle, St. Paul, CEU, FEU, TESDA, and a few more. Now, aside from that, I put up my own company called Pinoy Tender Management Consultancy, and we've been handling clients like Nestle, Coca-Cola, Bacardi, Sisu International, okay, and Aboitis, and a few more. Apart from that, I also actually produce competitions and seminars. Now, one of the longest running bartending seminar that I organized in cooperation with Bacardi is called the Bacardi University, where we actually traveled in the whole of Luzon to give seminars to universities. No, hanggang Baguio kami. And yeah, we organized the first on talking bartender concept, because I know very well sa inyo, no, in Dumaguete, normally when you say bartending, it's all about this. It's all about the bottle, di ba? It's all about the bottle, the flipping, etc. But um, not it's not limited to that. Okay, on the bigger scale of things, bartending is about talking. It's about communicating. It's about making a drink in front of the guest. So with that being said, so we organized the competition. It's called the Bacardi U Mix. Okay, so fast forward, nung COVID, when COVID struck us like 2 years ago, tama ba? O tama, 2000, yeah. No, last year lang pala. Um, this channel was born. Okay, Toma Sessions. So bakit nga ba Toma Sessions? Toma is drinking, is to drink. Okay, but it's a general term. No, it just so happened that we stereotype drinking as something alcoholic. But drinking can be anything from coffee, tea, milk, di ba? In fact, normally when you invite your friends, uy, uy, tara, coffee tayo, right? So it's the same thing as Toma. Now, session is a way to talk, like this one. So this is a session. Now we're having a session. We're bonding. We're exchanging ideas. We're sharing. All right. And so I figured, no, why not put up a channel here on YouTube? No, actually magwa 1 year na ang Toma Sessions, and why not put up a YouTube channel wherein we can discuss anything and everything about bartending. And so we live with the three core values: be inspired, be informed, and be involved. Now, be inspired. Now, obviously, everybody needs a little bit of inspiration, some sort of inspiration. Although I always say this, that the only person that can really inspire us is ourselves. But nevertheless, most of us need like somebody or something, that would keep us going in life, especially at during these times. No, Technically, we're not yet okay, but we're okay. Diba? Labo, no? But kaya nga, be inspired. Now, how does that work? So here in Toma Sessions, as you can find in our channel, we actually interview the best of the best, some of the best bartenders all over the planet, and to find inspiration, no? So we talk about yung career nila, how they started, what are they doing now to cope up, what they plan to do in the future. Now, in fact, if you watch these interviews, ito yung kasagsagan ng COVID. I'm pretty sure right now some of them are up and running, kaya mahirap na rin magkatagpo ng schedule. Pardon my Tagalog, by the way. It's hard for them. Well, it's hard for us now a little bit to catch up on each other because things are getting back to normal. And I think some countries are already back to normal. So, but at the end of the day, when you watch these videos, you'll be inspired to take up bartending as I did. Now, be informed. Now, obviously, information is key. We need to be informed, especially now that, well, although we are in the privacy of our homes, information is pretty much easy to get now with the touch of a finger, through your computer, through your cell phones, diba? And Toma Sessions actually contains a lot of information about bartending. We are continuously uploading stuff, although for this particular stretch of 2021, we've been blessed and busy with webinars, and that's why we discuss topics, and this will be actually recorded so that for those who will not be able to sustain listening to us or watching us right now, you will have the luxury of playing us over and over and over and over. So this is just like watching a movie or Eat Bulaga or a noontime show. Although, yeah, everything about bartending will be able to discuss. Like, for example, my back, if you notice, I do have vodka, I do have port wine, I do have gin, I do have pisco, I do have Jameson, I do have mezcal, I do have a tiki mug. So there's plenty of things to discuss with regards to bartending. And information is key. Now, in fact, all of you are HRM students, I believe. Maybe some are senior high school, but at the end of the day, if you want to pursue bartending, okay, even if things are not going well yet, well, you have to fight and continue moving on. And that's why we're here, because we believe that bartending will always be alive. Bakit? Because we're in the hospital industry. It's food and beverage, and bartending will always be there. Okay? So sa ngayon, it's just disrupted, but it will push through. Okay? Now, the last one is be informed. Be involved pala. So again, be inspired, be informed, and be involved. So be involved is because it's a community. We're a community. Now, there's a saying, no man is an island. And that's why, again, special mention, special shout out to Ma'am Saini. We reached out to each other and in order to share the good news about bartending. And I want to be involved also, even if I'm here in Marikina. I want to reach out to different schools, and talk and give webinars about bartending. Kasi although it's face-to-face, face-to-face is different from online, right? But then again, there's a connection. No? Ano ang connection? Tayo. We are the same person. So ngayon, even if hindi pa pwede mag face-to-face, you can still do bartending online. No? Like I said before, you have to inspire yourself. No? Inspiring yourself means not really giving excuses that, oy, online lang ito eh. No? So, iba pa rin pag face-to-face. That kind of saying limits what you can actually do in the present. Why? Because you compare, no? Let me remind you, especially the students, online learning has always been here. Simula nung 1999. Simula nung sumikat sila Bill Gates. Okay? May online learning na. It just so happened that, well, now that this is our only choice. Especially with the advent of having gadgets. Having gadgets with screen, with camera, with internet connectivity. Because I remember way back 1993, o tama, or 95, meron Motorola yung parang pangkayod ng yelo, no? But that's analog, as they say. That's not Android. You can't really connect to the internet. You don't have the luxury of viewing stuff. Okay? Pero, the concept of having online, okay, siguro matagal na yan, no? So, that's why even if we're not face to face, that's okay, no? And that's why Toma Sessions is here, to be involved in spreading the good news. Now, another thing about being involved is the fact that we organize bartending competitions online. So we are the first online competition to be conducted for bartending. The title of the competition is Toma Sessions Virtual Mixology Competition. So it's a talking bartender. So parang ganito lang. So parang you have a headset, you talk, you make a cocktail, may inspiration ka about your cocktail. We'll discuss more about this, as we go along. Also, apart from organizing, I join competitions. So actually later on, I will be showing you a video, okay, of what competition I did, no? In fact, we are going to start now with our webinar. So I think that's enough introduction of myself. So, meron pa pala akong nakalimutan. So, Thomas Sessions is my baby. So again, the three core values that we have: be inspired, be informed, and be involved. But basically, apart from that, then I own a bartending school. So bartending school is called Center for Bartending and Tourism Academy Incorporated. We are an accredited TESDA training center. Before, we used to have an assessment center, pero because of COVID, unfortunately, medyo hindi na po tayo nag-renew. As for our school, unfortunately, we will close, no, this year because of the pandemic. So ganun talaga eh. At the end of the day, you have to accept some realities in life, and it was a very big business move. Now, given that matter, so ibig sabihin wala tayong trabaho, di ba? But thank you Lord, no, we're lucky because right now I am actually connected with this particular gin brand. So Proclamation Gin. I am the brand ambassador for Proclamation Gin, and I'm proud to say that this is proudly Philippine made, and this product actually supports the women farmers in Pampanga who grows one of our ingredients, which is sampagita. So at the end of the day, guys, God is good, no? Especially if you believe in your profession, okay? So kahit anumang krisis ang mangyari, no, sa mundo natin, we will always go back to what we love. And me, I love bartending. Okay? So kaya, I think we can start now. So again, a few friendly reminders, guys. So please, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask them. Okay? So we'll start. Share screen. Okay, hold on ha. Ito tayo. Alright. Wait a minute. Yan. Okay. So, I hope you can see this one. Teka guys ha. Let me just adjust my screen a bit. Yan. Is it clear? Can you see the screen? Can you see the... Okay, yeah, I think you can. Sige. Alright. So, as you can see guys, no, hindi ko na siya mal-enlarge. Wait, let me just adjust it muna. Pwede pa yata ito. Unless i-full screen na lang natin. Wait lang. I-full screen ko na lang, no? Kasi hindi naman importante makita nyo ako. What's important is this one. Okay. Alright. Hindi pwede. Okay, wait. Sorry. Yan, okay. Wait lang guys ha. Pardon me. Okay, there. Action. Okay. So ito na. The title of our webinar is actually called El Tindero. Bili-bili-bili na. No? So, syempre, as you know, tindero. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with that term. Okay? You're familiar with that term, and since part of the topic is about selling, Tagalogin natin, no? So, ano nga ba? Ano nga ba ang El Tindero? So, I think the first thing that I will show you is a video. Okay? So, please watch this video as I mentioned. No? Ito, ipopost ni Plantita Journey. This is a 10-minute video. No? We shall watch this together. No? Okay. If blurred yan, ma'am, I think it's the signal. Kasi malinaw naman po dito sa ano. I think if you would replay it. Yan na muna. Please watch the video. This link that I gave you. Actually, tama si Joshua. Adjust nyo lang yung inyong resolution. Okay? So, lilinaw yan. Kasi high def yung ating, yung ating TV. Okay lang yan. Laban lang, Liam. It's not blurred. Sa ano lang nyo yan. Sa signal lang. Okay? So, but for now, like I said, before we proceed to the actual lesson, okay, watch the video para maintindihan natin ng mabuti. Sige, I'll give you Actually, you know what? Dito na lang natin siya, ano. Pwede nyo siyang panoorin, but I will also play it here. Wait lang guys, ah. Sige. Para sabay-sabay nating panoorin. Because this is very important that you watch the video. Dito kasi magsisimula yung ating ano eh. Lesson.
All the way from the Philippines.
But you can watch also, ha? You can watch also. Laban lang, Lian. Kaya niya yan. It's okay. This will be recorded anyway.
Ito ay inaalay ko na lahat ng mga nagtatrabaho sa mundo. Bartender, kusinero, inhinyero o marino. Alam nyo ba na kayo rin ay dinero? Tindero ay di lang nagbebenta ng produkto. Tindero ay nagbebenta rin ng serbisyo. Tindero na may sakripisyo at prinsipyo. At kung sa pamilya ang tawag sa inyo ay tindero.
Sige, continue watching guys, ha? Continue watching. Continue watching. So again, let me just remind you, if talagang malabo ang signal niyo, that's okay. Magkakaroon tayo ng ano, this will be recorded anyway, no? So there's nothing to worry about. Okay, panoorin niyo muna guys.
Five times free shipping.
If you're like me and you really want to be efficient when it comes to writing and editing your papers, I definitely recommend that you download Grammarly, your own.
All right, we're ready for our next competitor. Can we please have a large San Francisco round of applause all the way from the Philippines?
Yeah, sandali guys ha. Actually, pinapano ko sa inyo yung ano, yung link nga so that you can watch it on your own phones. Gusto niyo ba dito na lang panoorin? Sige, sige. Okay. Okay guys, dito ko na nga lang i-share para maano ninyo. Yan. So let's start here.
Service. Everyone in this room, I believe, now. Competition. Good afternoon, judges. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Richie Cruz, and I come all the way from one of the 7,107 islands of the Philippines. I am so overwhelmed to be standing in front of everyone and to be part of this prestigious global competition and to represent my country for the first time in this competition. I would like to thank Bacardi for giving me the opportunity to discover how far my love for bartending would go. I have been a bartender for almost 17 years now, and I have embraced all the facets that comes with this amazing profession that's so dynamic. As a bartender, I realized that we are mixologists, we are artists, we are psychologists, and even salesmen. Yes, one way or another, we are salesmen. In fact, everyone in this room, I believe, are salesmen. Can I ask a question? Can I have some hands for those who believe that they are salesmen? Anyone? Okay, perfect. But you know what? For quite some time, the term salesman actually has had a stereotype, referring to a person that simply sells stuff. But in reality, we can sell almost everything. Products, services, ideas, and plans. Now, my drink was inspired by two ultimate salesmen, which I will call El Tinderos. One is Don Facundo Bacardi Maso, and my father. Don Facundo Bacardi Maso has humble beginnings as a child. He migrated to find fortune in Cuba. Now, despite all the challenges that he faced, he never gave up. He researched, he experimented, until he discovered La Levadura yeast strain and charcoal filtration that produces the best rum in the world. Now that is passion written all over.
Sorry guys ha, may commercial lang, ganyan talaga. So skip ko na yung
Ang pan cover
commercial.
ay attached for convenience and cleaner cooking. So
Kasi
no
nga,
more oil
we are a
standard kahit
monetized channel, so sige, let's continue. Automatic kasi yan na nag-ano.
My father is also an ultimate salesman. He works for a car company for long hours. And he also worked abroad to provide for our family for greener pastures. Now, hardworking salesmen deserve a break from their hard work. They deserve to reward themselves with a drink. In my country, salesman is called to as tindero. Thus, the ultimate salesman, one who sells with passion, is called El Tindero. Now, let's make the drink. Now, El Tindero is composed of a bar spoon of apple cider vinegar, which actually provides acidity for the drink. Okay. Now, my hands are shaking because I'm tired of selling. Okay. All right. Now, next up, 10 ml of Muscovado syrup with the ratio 2:1. Muscovado can be also called as brown sugar. All right. Now, this adds earthiness and sweetness to my drink. Okay. Next is coconut water. Now, this is 30 mils. Now, you can use any brand as well as fresh coconut. That's also fine. Now, it adds nuttiness and sweetness to the cocktail. Next is Angustura Bitters. Now, Angustura Bitters, you need 4 dashes. Now, this actually enhances the flavor of the cocktail, as well as adds a bit of herbal feel to the cocktail. And of course, our main ingredient, 50 ml of Bacardi Gold. Now, Bacardi Gold has profiles of rich vanilla, buttery caramel, orange peel, sweet banana.
When there's a world of options at my fingertips, there are no limits to create a story for every home.
Sige, skip na natin yung commercial, guys. Ang dami natin
Toasted
commercial.
almonds with a nice, lasting oaky finish. Ooh, okay. Now, actually, Bacardi Gold complements the other ingredients of the cocktail. Now, let's give it a stir. Okay. All right. Now, actually, I would like to get your participation because I composed a jingle for this cocktail. I did, yeah. Now, it's very easy. If I say L, you say Tindero. L? L? All right. Now, with the help of Mr. DJ, 3, 2, 1, and let's do it. L! 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 Yay! Thank you very much. That was awesome. That was awesome. Woohoo! All right. Now, of course, we're not yet done. I would like to add the final ingredient, which is lager beer. This is our local beer, San Miguel Pale Pilsen. You can use any lager for that matter. Now, in making this drink, I actually considered 3 of our top products: coconut, sugar, and beer. So, of course, you guys can also, I want to bring a little bit of the Philippines when I am making the drink. So let's get some ice. Now, also, I made sure that my coconut and beer is cold so that the dilution would be less. So let's fine strain it. Now, this is actually a very good aperitif. An appetizer drink. Okay. Now, let me serve it to you. Okay. Okay, so this...
Commercial again.
Jolly Savers! Yay! Sulit sarap at home.
Guys,
Jolly Savers.
Sorry, this is not in my control kasi. Hindi ko siya makontrol.
With friends, okay, an after dinner drink, or sorry, after work drink. Now, time is gold. But there's time for everything. As long as you work hard with passion, your legacy will continue. This is Richie Cruz from the Philippines. This is my legacy cocktail. This is my story. Good afternoon.
So, as you can see, isa-serve na yung aking drinks sa judges. Yeah, so these judges are actually the best in
Well
the
done, Richie.
industry.
That was awesome, mate. This guy is such a quiet, humble, nicely spoken guy. And then he gets on stage and turns into a beast. Well done, mate. That was awesome. After 6 years of a global competition, this is the first time the Philippines have had a competitor. I don't know why they waited so bloody long.
Okay, so that's it. No, so that is actually the turning point, no, of my career in terms of the bartending industry. No. Now, why is that? Kasi I represented the country for the first time. So parang Southeast Asian Games yan eh. Parang Miss Universe ang dating, no? Nung competition na yon. And that actually triggered, no, my thirst for competition. Kaya nga after nyan, I joined also a few more competitions dito sa Pinas. Because masarap pala, no? Masarap pala na mag-compete, no, with regards to bartending. Now, let me show you again our PowerPoint presentation, because the reason I showed you El Tindero, it's very important that you get to know why, no? Okay, so teka ha. All right. So, if you remember the video, El Tindero, the ultimate salesman, no? The ultimate salesman. Okay? Nakalagay dyan sa baba. Who is the ultimate salesman? Actually, if you were listening to what I was talking about in the video, it says here, no, ang ultimate salesman kasi is somebody who, you know, takes care or believes that he can sell something, no, himself, for his family, and for others. Siyempre, ang ultimate salesman is somebody who has the family as first priority, but at the same time, you sell, no? You sell to inspire others also. Now, in fact, kaya nga sila bibili. That's why they're buying a product, is because they're inspired that they can use the product. So that is the ultimate salesman. Now, as you were listening to what I was saying in the video, actually the maker of Bacardi, Don Facundo Bacardi Maso, is basically the ultimate salesman, because, you know, he has a large family. I think there are about 6 to 8 family members, and they migrated. And with that being in mind, syempre, it's not easy to be in another country, but he persevered, no? He invented, he worked hard to discover Bacardi rum because he was thinking of family. And eventually, you know, with this product that he invented, others got inspired. And that's why now, 2016, for example, kaya nandun ako. Because I was inspired by the brand. I was inspired by Don Facundo, that he was able to make a brand. And now, 5 years later, I'm presenting this experience to you. Because your topic, actually, the topic that was given to me, the first topic, okay, that was given to me is about selling. Now, what is selling? If you look at Wikipedia, if you look at Google, it says it's a verb. It's a gerund meaning selling. Sell, to sell, selling. To give a hand, to give or hand over something in exchange for money. So ganun, barter. Actually, dati hindi pera eh. If you have, let's say if you want to buy a Carabao, you will exchange it for X sacks of rice. So barter exchange. You know, I remember when the pandemic started, one of my former students who's a bartender right now put up this page in Facebook, Bartender Barter. So palitan lang talaga. Let's say you want this, okay, but I want a bottle of Bacardi. So palit tayo. Sa'yo to, akin yung Bacardi. So that's how selling was once upon a time. Until, of course, ngayon, the more a person has money, the more he can buy stuff. No. So that's selling. Now, definition. Other definitions of selling. Selling is the first and foremost transaction between seller and prospective buyer. So buyer, seller. So money to buy product or service. Okay? You have to remember, product or service. Okay? So, ano bang importance of selling? Selling is about persuasion. Selling is about interaction. So, selling, persuasion. Pag sinabi mong persuasion, no, parang you're convincing people. Bili na, bili na. So, right? So, interaction. Of course, we need to talk. In the same way that I was able to convince Miss Saini to give this webinar to all of you. Of course, in able to convince, we needed to talk. Now, paano? Of course, I gave a proposal. You know, she saw the channel, she saw the seminars, she saw my background, what I do, what I did, what I continue doing. And then I asked for feedback. In the same way that now, this very moment, I am selling this webinar to you guys. No? Actually, if you're bored, technically, you will be right out of this live stream. Okay? And later on, no, we will be having a feedback. Now, of course, syempre, if you value relationship, there will be customer loyalty. Meaning, this won't be the first and this won't be the last webinar that we'll be having. So that's actually the importance of selling. Now, if you look at other concepts, no, with how you will look at selling, kung makikita nyo ito, may starting, may ending. Now, sa totoo lang, no, let's say we're talking of goods lang, no? Of course, everything starts from the factory. Doon ginagawa eh. Doon ginagawa. Let's say ito. Now, this is a product. This is a flare bottle. This is a flare bottle for France. So, the factory is France. So, focus on the products. Isa lang. Flare bottle lang. No? So, syempre, in every company, there is like a budget for selling and promoting. Syempre, paano malalaman that you have a product? Yes, there is word of mouth. But then again, in order to have that word of mouth, ikaw din mismo, the one that from the starting point, mag-iingay ka. Right? And obviously, the end is profit. If you base it doon sa beginning, you sell in order to gain money. That's it. Ganun lang kasimple. No? But ito, babalik tayo. Actually, hindi lang talaga ganun kasimple. There are different importance when it comes to selling. Now, anyone can be a salesman. Sinabi natin yan doon sa video, which is true. 100% true. Now, why do I say that? Ayan, nakita nyo. A policeman or a security guard can be a salesman. A waiter can be a salesman. A front office manager can be a salesman. A hotel manager, a chef, no, a barmaid, a concierge. In fact, ang bumbero pwedeng maging salesman. Ang barber pwedeng maging salesman. Kayo, as students, you are salesman. Ano ba binibenta nyo? Yung performance nyo sa klase. You know? Everything, yes, everything is numerical. At the end of the day, dapat objective tayo. But, if your teacher sees potential in you based on your showing, diba? Then, hindi malabo na mabenta kayo and you become what? Cum laude, magna cum laude, summa cum laude. Okay? And you'll be one of the first people to be recommended sa OJT, sa work. No? Actually, even, tama naman. Yeah, exactly. May nag-feedback dito, si Lian. Yeah, teachers. Of course. Kaya nga, anyone can be salesman. Yung teacher ninyo, right? Yung mga teachers ninyo, they're selling themselves. Kaya nga yung customer feedback actually would be coming from your, di ba, meron kayong evaluation ng teachers nyo. Although, technically, guys, in terms of that, we have to be objective then. You know, although, sa buhay, it's very hard to balance objective and subjective. Kasi syempre, lalo na, if it's personal to you, then that becomes subjective. Correct? Now, knowing that facet, paano ba tayo magbenta? How to sell a product? Obviously, ang pinaka-importante is to have product knowledge. Now, knowledge is actually yung alam mo. Okay? Kabalo. No? Kumbaga sa Ilonggo, yung kabalo. Okay? Kabalo mo ba magkadto sa, let's say you know a certain mall. That's knowledge. You know a certain village. That's knowledge. You know the fare of a tricycle. That's knowledge. Okay? Now, let me tell you that knowledge is not necessarily katalinuhan or intelligence. No. It's information. Okay? Marami kang alam. Okay? Because in the hospitality industry, yun ang importante. Paano mo mabibenta ang inyong hotel? No? Paano mo mabibenta yung service? If you will say, ay, sorry po, I'm just new here. Ay, sorry po, hindi ko po alam. Dili ko kabalo. Di ko kabalo. Okay? So, product knowledge. In fact, that's one of the things that sometimes we struggle with, even as students. Even as students, we tend to lack product knowledge because we take that for granted. Now, how to sell also. Not only knowledge, but you need to have a good impression. Now, if you notice, these are two bartenders. I know these two. The guy is actually Marian Becky. Marian Becky is owns a bar, no, very famous bar. I'm somewhere in the UK. And the lady at the left or your right is Madam Chacha from Rabbit Hole in Bangkok, Thailand. Now, these are two of the best bartenders in the world. Now, impression. Diba? There's a first impression. Diba sabi nga, first impressions last. But that's not true all the time. Yes, first impressions last, especially kunwari itong mga ito, diba? If you notice, the guy isn't smiling pero mapapawaw ka sa kanya with what he's doing. And the girl on the right is actually all smiles. She looks very happy, very accommodating. And that leaves an impression. Pero, what's more important also is the last impression. No? Kasi minsan, oo nga, you're good at first, pero along the way, palpak ka pala sa service. You don't know how to make a cocktail. No? You don't know how to anticipate the guest's needs. No? Tapos ito, for example, yes, this looks yummy, this looks astig, angas, pero makalat. You know what I mean? Now, at the end of the day, yes, you can impress the guest, but you have to impress the guest for the whole stay. Okay? So again, how to sell? You need product knowledge. You need impression. Now, impression. Make eye contact for 30 seconds. Now, if you notice, kaya nga kayo may camera dyan. Kaya ako may camera. Normally, the camera that you're looking at is the eye of the guest. Sometimes, I tend to look at the screen. Kasi syempre, gusto ko makita yung sarili ko, how I face the camera. But, when I'm teaching about first impression and eye contact, you're supposed to look at the camera. Okay? Because you have to catch the attention of your guest. Now make eye contact. Now within 30 seconds, smile. And do the greeting. Good morning. Welcome to Cobbler. My name is Richie. I'll be your bartender for today. So let me repeat that. Good morning. Welcome to Cobbler. My name is Richie. I'll be your bartender for today. Okay? So it says here, state your name and position. Mention signature cocktail program. Good morning. My name is Richie. I'll be your bartender for today. Today is a Saturday and we have a buy one take one on all mojitos. We also have ice cold beers, we have delectable wines, and we have other hand shaken signature cocktails. So it says there, mention signature cocktail program and daily special. So yung mga promos natin. Okay. Now impression. If you do the introduction speech actually naturally, then that would tell the guest that you're confident and reliable. Confident doesn't mean mayabang. Confident means you can take care of them. Diba? At the end of the day, you go to a restaurant not necessarily for the place, but for the service, for the people that run it, for the staff that run it. Kayong mga HRM students, kaya kayo papasok sa hospitality industry. Kasi gusto nyo magsilbi, gusto nyo maglingkod, you know, you want to be able to impress the guest so that they'll come back. Diba? Siyempre, every guest that goes in the door is profit. Babalik tayo sa una. Diba? They have money. Ding, ding, ding. Okay? Now, of course, no one knows how much is in their pocket. Sila lang. Pero, you have the power to actually make them spend depending on your service. Now, part of product knowledge, whether we like it or not, is communication skills. Now, kung mapansin niyo itong picture na to, so the bartender looks at the guest. Now, but here, I'm talking about English. Okay? Now, there's this saying. Okay? There's this saying. No? English is not equivalent to intelligence. Okay? Na kumaga sinasabi nila bakit daw nakabase sa English yung tingin ng isang tao doon sa isang tao. Actually, whoever mentioned that is very insecure. Okay? Bakit? English, guys, is a language. Communication skill nga yan eh. It has nothing to do with your intelligence. But it has something to do with your knowledge. Bakit? Information yan eh. It's a skill, yet it's an information. In the same way that you guys can speak Ilonggo, okay? It just so happened kasi pinanganak kayong Ilonggo. That's why you're used to saying that. Now, but if you choose to learn a different language, the word is choose, huh? Choose. Okay, it's a choice. Okay? It's a choice. If you choose to learn Tagalog, if you choose to learn English, if you choose to learn French, Japanese, Spanish, German, etc., it's a choice. The more skills you know, the better. Bakit? Kasi you can connect with any nationality. Remember, you are in the talking business, hospitality. You're not a robot wherein the guest would press the button. Lalabas ang order. Mali. Kaya guys, pakibago natin. Let's change our mindset. Do not believe everything you hear or see in Facebook or what people tell about this. Kalokohan yun. Now me, I'm not very good in English. I'm good only. Sometimes I see myself being tongue-tied because it's, who said English was easy? especially if you're talking to people with deep vocabulary. Okay? Pero, they earned it because that's their skill. Now, even if sometimes it's their natural natural language, pero tayo, if we want to survive in the hospitality industry, we have to improve our communication skills. Bakit? It's a way to express ourselves. Expression yun eh. Good afternoon. Welcome to Cobbler. My name is Richie. I'll be your bartender for today. Okay? Kesa, hi! Welcome! Dito po. Wait lang. Now, that's the danger. You know, that's the danger if we have lazy skills in communication. We tend to combine. We don't flip the switch. If you have a solid grasp of communication, madali magpalipat-lipat from Tagalog to English. Okay? But it takes time. It takes practice. Who said it was easy? Diba? But then again, Filipinos were colonized by Americans for more than 100 years already. So that means English is within our bloodline already. Nagkataon lang kasi we are not practicing it the way we're supposed to. Okay? And of course, we are influenced by social media. Now, maybe if there are some instances that sinasabi natin, nahihiya ako sir, pinagtatawanan ako. Now, those people that laugh are those that are insecure. Ganun lang yung kasimple. I mean, at the end of the day, I won't go far. Hindi lang naman tayo ang nagpa-practice mag-English eh. Even Malaysians practice English, Singaporeans, no? Indonesians, Chinese, diba? They practice it so that they'll be good at it. Japanese, no? But again, it's a choice. It's a choice. Okay, so that's up to you. Now, listening skills. Now, listening skills is a very good way of promoting yourself for impression. Now, ano ba yung listening skills? Listening skills is about anticipation. You listen to the guests instead of just hearing them. Let's say they said, you know, it's hot right now, right? So if a guest says that, the way to answer that is, yeah, definitely, and that's why I can serve you the coldest cocktail in town. Kasi nga, sabi ni guest, mainit daw. Diba? Mainit daw because you're listening. Okay? You're listening. And that's impressive. So, as I said kanina, reliability. Okay? Because, what? Wow, this bartender knows. Now, listening skills is also about attention to details. No? Alam natin kung ano yung gusto ni guest. Your preference niya. Okay? Even if you're the bartender, at the end of the day, guest is king. Okay? Now, it says here, short-term and long-term memory. Okay, this is also very important. You know, guys, whether you like it or not, you need to memorize. We need to memorize. Bakit? Order taking. Selling. That's part of selling. How can you sell if you don't know your products? Babalik tayo. Diba? Babalik tayo sa product knowledge. How will you know your products if you don't memorize them first? You know? So, short and long term. Short term, magagamit natin yan, or we can use that when we do order taking. Now, ideally, if we do order taking, if we have very good short-term memory, we don't need to write it in a paper. And apart from that, long-term memory, we should remember who ordered the drink. Okay? We should remember who ordered the drink para pag we come back to the table for the drinks, you know, automatic na yon. You know who to serve it to. Okay? Now, there are 3 types of selling actually. First is suggestive selling. Next is upselling. The third one is cross-selling. So you can take pictures, guys, or pagka naulit na to, you can view it again. Okay, now let's start with suggestive selling. This is the it's the beginning. Now, like I said kanina, you have to be knowledgeable. Knowledgeable, uulitin ko, hindi yan pagiging matalino. Okay? Knowledgeable is knowing a lot of information. Suggestive selling, offer 3 choices. Ideally, when a guest is in your bar or restaurant, you use open-ended question. You don't ask, what would you like a drink? Okay, you don't ask that. Why? Because if you say, would you like a drink, you are telling the guest to answer pwedeng yes, pwedeng no. Okay? A good salesman would offer 3 choices right away. Like what I said kanina. Welcome to Cobbler. Today is Saturday. We have buy one, take one on mojitos. We have ice cold beers. We have delectable wines. Tatlo. You didn't say would you, but you can say what would you like from the 3. Okay? You're giving a choice. Now, complement the guest choice, but don't fail to mention other high-end products. Complimenting is good. Like for example, nag-order kayo ng isang cocktail, you said, excellent, right? Excellent choice. Now, excellent choice, no? Kasi parang kayo, kung pumili kayo ng drink and the bartender agrees with you, so that gives you a sense of pride na, uy, wow, tama yung in-order ko, gusto rin ng bartender. So complimenting is very good. In the same way that I was telling, you can tell the guest, sir, you look ravishing. Today you look very dapper, right? So another thing about suggestive selling is to use adjectives. Okay? To use adjectives. By the way, commercial lang, for those who find the video blurred, it's your resolution. Now, this is a recorded video or a live stream, so you can always go back to it once we finished. Okay? Now, also, that's why I am talking also apart from showing you a PowerPoint para both visual and audio. Okay? So, just some friendly reminders para at least hindi kayo madismaya, no? Laban lang. Okay. So, again, complimenting. Now, read the guest and suggest. So, ito yung sinasabi ko kanina. Reading the guest is the same thing as listening. Okay? You anticipate. No? Don't assume. Now, for example, if a guest orders San Mig Pale Pilsen, then dumating siya the next day, don't assume that he'll order the same. But you can say, welcome back, Mr. Jones. Are we gonna have the same San Miguel Pale Pilsen tonight? Yon pwedeng yes or no. Okay? Kasi na-remember mo eh. Long-term memory, that's 24 hours after. So, pag sinabi ni Mr. Jones, oh no, well, very good. You remembered my drink, but I will be changing orders. But if he says that, that leaves a very good impression. Kasi kabisado mo yung order ni Mr. Jones. Okay? Keep eye contact and be alert. No? Keep eye contact and be alert. So, ibig sabihin, let's say, the problem sometimes in the bar is that you have to entertain all of your guests equally. Okay? The term there is equally. The term there is equally. Now, bakit? Sometimes, we have a tendency to only take care of those who give us tips or order more. Let's be honest. And that's the danger of it. Hindi porket non-alcoholic or let's say Hindi porket Coke yung in-order ng isa at yung isa gin, that means you have to take care of the one that ordered gin. That's not true. Okay? Like I said, kanina, we don't know how much money each guest have. Now, let me share you a story. When I was working when I was having an OJT in the hotel, no. So I was in the concierge section. Now I can't forget this kasi it shows what I was telling now. So meron guest, no, Indian guy. So obviously lagi pagka ganyan Indian guy, ang impression ng tao, walang bibigay na tip yan. So ang ginawa ng isang concierge, sabi niya sa akin, even if I'm OJT, sige na, ikaw na yan, ikaw na mag ano dyan, you take care of that guy. So ako okay lang because I was in my OJT and I really wanted to see, each guest, talk to them, ganyan. So I was talking to the guest, sir, how are you? First time in the Philippines. Hi, I'm Richie. I'm actually on the job here. So, but welcome to our hotel. So, okay lang, normal. So we went to the room. I brought the luggage. Then I said, thank you, sir. Enjoy your stay. Then he said, wait. I have something for you. So that guy gave me $10. $10 US. Diba? So I said, hey, sir, you don't have to. He said, no, it's okay. Very good service. I like you. So sabi ko, oh, thank you, sir. So I went back. Siyempre, natawa ako nasaya. Actually, hindi natawa, natuwa ako. Because I wasn't expecting that. No? So I showed that, actually, we were trash talking, yung regular employee, then ako. So I showed him the $10 tip. When I showed him the $10 tip, napakamot lang siya ng ulo. So, this is a perfect example. Don't judge then a book by its cover. Now, in the bar, sometimes we fall victim to that. Na kahit ako nga, I make sure that I attend to my guests, to all my guests, 100% of the time. Now, that's why sometimes I end up introducing them to each other para magkukwentuhan sila. They become friends, we all become friends, diba? And I'm not really that pressured to take care of them one by one. Okay? Be alert and anticipate. So what does that mean? Pag wala ng tubig, pag maubos na, wala ng peanuts, naubos na yung cocktail, or na crumple na yung tissue, if they want to order. Now, this is a mortal sin. If you raise your hand, mortal sin yan. That means you have bad service. Matik na yun. Bakit? Kasi you don't anticipate the guest. And that's dangerous. Okay? So ngayon, actually, to be honest with you guys, ang Pinoy nagiging tip-driven. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, no? Don't get me wrong. Pero, always remember, service first. Tip second. Okay? Pero service first. Put yourselves in the shoes of the hotel owner. Kunwari, kayo magkakaroon ng hotel. Gusto nyo ba yung mga staff ninyo mukhang tip kesa mukhang service? I don't think so. Because, you are human beings. Kung alam nyo na talagang pinagsilbihan kayo ng maayos, then you will give the appropriate tip for that. Now, there are plenty of ways to do suggestive selling. One is this: share news about your property. Sa ngayon, especially that we're so into online now, so you can use email. Mag-email blast, no, to share events, promotions strategically. Okay? Para updated yung mga tao. You need the list. Kagaya, actually, napakagaling dyan. Yung iba, minsan magugulat na lang kayo, di ba? They're texting you. Minsan naman tatawag sa inyo ang may nagbebenta. It's so odd where they get those lists of names and numbers, no? Pero it's part of the business, di ba? Kahit na konti, nakakaasar yan, but they're doing their job. Okay? So for example, did you just renovate your spa? So for example, you keep them posted on what's happening. May bagong menu. Okay? Email is the key on the professional side. Now, personalized website messages. A direct booking tool can present each visitor to your website with your unique targeted features based on their buyer persona. Okay? So ito, if you have a website, no, again, when people log in, minsan may command dyan that can tell your guest about certain procedures in your business. No? Kunwari, ito, after someone books a family vacation, the booking confirmation page can present an offer for deals and kid meals. So doon na yun, sama-sama na. So it's programmed. Now lastly, demonstrate product knowledge. Now, through your call center, using a live chat tool. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko. No? Sometimes, of course, to make sure service is personalized, meron mga call centers, yung inyong property, that would be selling to guests via phone call. Or, pwede din, just to check, how did, for example, yung, siguro one company I can tell you is Accor. So, meron dyan minsan, di ba? Hello, good morning. This is Richie of Accor Asia Pacific. I would just like to check if you're going to renew your membership with us. So, how's the service so far? What amenities did you enjoy? So, yung mga ganong service, that's part of suggestive selling. Next, showcase room upgrades in the booking path. Help guests clearly understand the difference between room types and rates right in your booking engine to make it easy for guests to select the right room for their trip. One idea, show the square footage of each room right next to each room type. So, minsan ganyan, guys? So, especially if you're a first-timer, pag na tayo lumayo, sa cruise ship, for example. So, of course, different cruise ships have different rates, different gross tonnage, different rooms, okay? But technically pare-parehas lang naman indoor and view room, parang ganoon. So pag sinabing in room, okay, walang bintana 'yon. So pagka nasa veranda, may veranda, makikita mo, no? Pero meron naman may bintana lang, walang veranda. So you can always showcase those rooms and tell them the advantages of each. Pwede rin naman sabihin nyo for for the price of additional 500 pesos, you can already have this luxury suite. Diba? Parang ganun. So at least you suggest to the guest, alam ng guest. Because sometimes there are guests, just like people, because tao lang naman tayo lahat, there are visual people, there are audio, diba? And there are kinetic, yung mga types of learners din po yan. So, if you are a good salesman, basically, you will explain, you will have all bases covered. Now, suggest complementary items and share the best features. Use a guest browsing history and customer profile to suggest items that fit their trip profile. For instance, a hotel in Orlando might see that a guest is looking for information about connecting rooms. You might infer that their family and offer all about Mickey. Oo, bakit? Kasi Orlando, Florida, Disneyland yan. So, minsan kasi may mga key. Bakit nandyan yung pamilya? Ano bang pupuntahan nila? Diba? Let's say there is a family that booked in Los Angeles near Staples Center. So, ibig sabihin, baka they're interested to watch the Lakers. So, you can book them a hotel near the maybe Staples Center, maybe somewhere there in that vicinity, diba? So, you can suggest that. And pwede nyo sabihin, okay, if you book in this hotel, we'll give you will receive a complimentary pass to the finals of the NBA. Diba? So, that's pretty cool. Now, upselling. So, after you suggest, after you give options, now, upselling na. So ito medyo pera na ito. Kung ang suggest, papasok pa lang ang pera. Yung upselling, may pera na pero patataasin pa natin o padadamihin pa natin ng pera. Now that's quality versus quantity. Quality is, yeah, you upgrade it. Now imbis na murang gin, you can offer a premium gin, right? But you inform the guest. So sabihin natin, ma'am, with an additional for an additional, let's say 50 pesos, we can upgrade to Proclamation Gin. Okay? So siguro I saw the post here of Ma'am Saini. So relax lang tayo mga kids from Norsu, no? So this is a seminar, this is a webinar, so we do have proper protocols here. Now in terms of your comments, ideally you can always ask questions to me later, okay? But you have to listen here because you are gonna have a quiz, as I understood it. So anyway, let's continue. So quantity. Kunwari naubos na yung cocktail, you order another, you suggest another. Shall we do another one? Or pwede din, if a guest ordered a single shot, shall we do a double? Diba? So nagsuggest ka pero ngayon pinapadagdagan mo pa yung kita. Okay? So, pre-selling wines. So, wines then, you can also upsell. Now, instead of a glass, you upsell to a bottle. Diba? Parang you upgrade. Now, instead of a twin, you upgrade to a king-size bed. Parang ganyan yan. So, again, every facet of the hospitality industry, you can upsell. Now, next is always ask if there's anything else. Bakit? Baka may nakalimutan eh. Oh, by the way, do you have what do you call this? Do you have order for, or we also have after dinner drinks. We have liqueurs, we have port wine, we have white Zinfandel. Okay, so that can be also. Next, balance your attention. Like I said, no, it's consistency. Okay. Cross-selling. Now dito, cross-selling is about food and drink. So I'm a bar, obviously I will cross-sell food. So together, kaya ngayon usong-uso actually yung food and drink pairing. Now for example, gin. Now gin goes well with Spanish food. No? Gin goes well with seafood. Okay? So now the way we are promoting Proclamation is we are coming up with food and gin pairing. No? Another is entertainment. So, ganyan din. Kasi, even if that's not your department, you're helping other department from the same company to earn. So, for example, may concert. No? Oh, by the way, ma'am, would you be free next week? We do have a concert. One of the best acoustic players of guitar, Sir Paulo Santos, will be here for only 300 pesos. There's one cocktail. There's one cocktail that we can give you. Okay, so that's cross-selling. Now, just to recap, so suggestive selling, upselling, and cross-selling. Now, in fact, guys, babalik ako doon sa communication skills. If you don't have good communication skills as well as product knowledge, how can you even suggest? Okay? Kasi communication skills is how you express yourself. No? How you express yourself. And if you can't express yourself, how can you even be working there? Diba? Ngayon, more than anything else, guys, sabihin natin, all of us are in our houses. Even if you are still students, make use of your time to practice communication skills. I'm pretty sure, like most of you from Negros or who are Ilonggo are also good in English. But Okay? How far are you willing to improve on that? Diba? Okay? Kaya ngayon nga, it's sometimes, like I told you, the thing with communication is you have to know how to flip the switch. So I can talk Baroque, I can talk Taglish, I can talk, hey, wait lang. Yung mga uso sa TikTok, hey, pare, that's so konyo, I see the people doing tusok-tusok, the fishball and stuff like that. Oh, pare. 'Di ba? Yung mga ganon, madali flip the switch. You can even talk Jejemon, hey, yo, pose. Dito na you, where na you, dito na me. Ja, 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 ja. So, that's communication skills. Pag marunong na kayo mag-flip the switch, let's say you're talking to a foreigner, di ba? Sometimes, di ba, our scapegoat, although it's funny, sabihin natin, the nosebleed, sir, nosebleed. Okay? But I don't even know who invented that, but it's really funny. Now, ito sabi, practice makes perfect. Totoo yun naman eh. Totoo. Whether you like it or not, practice makes perfect. No? And remember, in communication skills, it's words, phrases, sentences, and paragraph. I repeat, words, phrases, sentences, and paragraph. Kasi hindi ka lang dapat marunong magsalita. Marunong ka magsulat. Marunong ka rin umintindi. And sometimes, yung umintindi, yung magsalita, at yung magsulat, minsan hindi pantay. Hindi pantay. No? Ako, I'll be honest, sometimes my comprehension skills still needs a little bit of improvement. Minsan mabilis eh. Kasi pag foreigners, of course, it's a foreign language. It's their native language. Kaya mabilis sila magsalita. We can't catch up. And if that's the case, then you can say, excuse me, hold your horses. I beg your pardon. Can you kindly slow that down a bit? Diba? Kasi hindi ka makasunod eh. Now, there's nothing wrong with being honest, but you are expressing yourself. Minsan na nangyayari, hindi nyo masundan, so yes. Did you understand? Yes. Bakit ka nag-yes? Para tapos na. Di ba? Para tapos na boxing. Para wala nang explaining. Yes na lang. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Because you're not having a good conversation. Di ba? Selling yan eh. And minsan, ang mangyayari, because you didn't understand, mali yung order. Pag mali yung order, ano mangyayari? Pag mali yung order, charge sa'yo. Guest complaint. Diba? So, again, I would like to remind, practice makes perfect. You're selling yourself. And part of what you offer, it's not just your place, yung product, but your service. Kasi nandyan na yan eh, yung mga alak sa likod, andyan na yan eh. Pero paano yan maglalanding sa baso ng guest? Ikaw. Of course, may mga guests, don't get me wrong. May mga guests, alam na nila yung orderin nila. So kung alam na nila yung orderin nila, papasok ka ngayon para mag-suggest pa ng iba. Para maka-upsell at maka-cross-sell ka pa. That's your job. That's our job as tinderos. That's our job as tinderos. Okay? Now, I'll give you an example. This is a menu. No? Kung mapapansin niyo, even the way the menu was written, yung description, it gives the guest a visual picture kung ano yung binibenta. Farmers vegetables, ponzu, prosciutto, and lemony yogurt granita. Shaved asparagus, tempura green beans, and tomatoes dressed in ponzu vinaigrette. Now, ito guys, even with the menu, you need communication skills. Kasi for example, hindi nyo maintindihan kung ano yung ponzu. Search natin sa Google. No? Ponzu is actually soy sauce and lemon, I think, with vinegar. It's a Japanese condiment. Now, topped with prosciutto and lemon yogurt granita. No? Nakalagay sa baba, there's actually cross-selling. Bakit? May drink eh. May beer, tsaka may wine. No? So sa course 1 pa lang guys, that's total selling, no? Hindi na kasi titingin yung guest sa iba, nandiyan na yung yung recommended beer or recommended wine, you know? And if you look down to the last down to the last course, honey, corn cake, milk tea, cream cheese. Well, sarap nito. Semi-freddo and poached rhubarb. Lightly sweetened corn cake served with milk tea, malt fluid gel, poached rhubarb, and cream cheese. Now, ito guys, actually, hindi ko siya ma-visualize kasi mukhang masyadong yummy, 'di ba? But itong poached rhubarb and cream cheese semi-freddo. Okay. Now, may nakita ko sorry, I just wanna read this, no. May sinabi dito yung isang classmate nyo. Pinapaniwalaan po kasi ng iba, customers always right. Okay? Then may nag-comment, di lahat. Now, I want to just give you an advice about this, no. Yung kasabihan na yun, na customer is always right, customer is always king. Okay? Technically, hindi pa tayo pinapanganak. Andyan na yan. Now, kaya may comment kayong ganyan na ito, di lahat, no? Because of these videos that you see. Again, influence of social media. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. Pero, here's the danger. Minsan kasi ang social media, ang pinapakita sa inyo or ang kinagawang content is what you like to see or is what you can relate to generate more likes. 'Di ba? So syempre, kaya patok na patok 'yan, no? Kaya patok na patok 'yan. Oo. No, yes, not all. I'm not saying all. Pero hindi pa tayo pinapanganak lahat, I mean. Okay? So let me repeat that. Yung saying na yun kasi, hindi pa tayo pinapanganak, I just don't know the history. Pero na-invento na yun. Pero bakit kaya? It's because when you put up a business, babalik tayo dito sa simula. I'm just explaining to you guys. Balikan natin yung ito. Kaya na-invento siguro yung customer is always right is because of this importance. Diba? Pero ang nagiging problema, unfortunately, kaya rin nauso itong not always or not all the time kasi may mga tao, okay, not necessarily customer lang, tao in general, na abusado. You know? Pero if your establishment has a strict policy or house rule, may iwasan yung mga abusadong guest. Okay? So, ganun yun. No? Again, the freedom of expression, you can always say what you want. I am just explaining to you because, this is my role as the one giving the webinar to enlighten you guys. Because some of you rely on what you see, what you read on social media, or what you watch on social media. May mga idol kayo, may mga ganyan. Now, in fact, another thing that I want to tell you is being too much dependent on social media. No? Being too much dependent. Product knowledge is something that you gain by you researching, not by you asking questions to other people and they give you the answer. Okay? Meron ganyan kasi. Sometimes you rely on certain page. No? Sometimes merong selling, nagre-rely kayo sa mga page, no? Mga groups. Okay? Siyempre, entertaining. Pero not, like I said, it's for entertainment. Minsan nabablindside tayo. At akala natin, porket nabasa natin doon, pwede na natin i-apply sa workplace. And that's danger. Kaya kailangan actually, apart from selling, you should have the right mindset and the right attitude. Kasi honestly, hospitality is not for everybody. Hindi naman talaga madaling magsilbi ng guest eh. No? Hindi madaling magbenta, hindi madali na magtrabaho sa hotel. Mahirap. Who said it was easy? Especially if you don't have the right mindset and the right attitude. Doon magkakaroon ng problema. No? Yung mga simpleng ano lang, yung mga simpleng mindset na inapi ako ng boss ko. No? Hindi ko papasukan yan o nanakawan ko. That's not a good mindset. Okay? First of all, there's a protocol. Okay? You can write. You can always write. At hindi rin naman tulfo. Again, no? Talking about social media. Kaya ang daming followers si Tulfo. Sa totoo lang, not all the time everything has to pass through one person who has 19 million followers. May sistema, may procedure ang bawat kumpanya. No news program or no social media program can actually meddle. No, may procedure. Okay? So I'm telling this to you because sa hospitality industry, it's very colorful, it's very dynamic. Okay? Hindi natin masasabi lahat smooth flowing. Pero hindi porket ganun diretso reklamo, you know. There's a procedure. Okay? So, here's another menu. As you can see, ito very simple naman. It's food and wine pairing. So, okay. So, technically, guys, this is one webinar. No? So, we discussed about selling. So, maybe you have questions right now that you want to ask me. Do you have any questions? Pwedeng i-post. Ito, pwede na ako magbasa. Puro kayo thumbs up na dito. Sir, I have a question by Dunning Roji. It's also important to have sense of humor. Yes, of course. Yeah. Oo naman. So, actually, PR, sense of humor, no? Sa totoo lang, yun nga, for all the teachers listening here right now po, no, technically, this is the first seminar that I had in store. So, this is one certificate. Okay? So, there's another seminar. If gusto nyo pa, actually, we will discuss another seminar about bartending or the bartending profession lang. Okay? So, mamaya, after 3 questions, my question to you is, do you want to proceed for the second seminar or okay na to sa inyo? Okay? So, next question is, so you mean, sir, na kung nag-a-apply lang talaga sa ang house rules, pwede natin maiwasan? Yes. Yes. Kaya nga may house rules eh. And especially if the implementation is strict. Tama yung sinabi mo, pwedeng maiwasan. Okay? Pwedeng maiwasan. It's just like an accident. Diba? Pwede nating maiwasan kung may gasolina tayo, kung maingat tayo magmaneho, you know, kung what do you call this? Kung nagpagas tayo, maingat tayo magmaneho, if we stick to the lanes, okay? So teka, last 2 questions and then I'll show you the one sample of the certificate. Actually, ma'am, wala pa ako nung heading, but I'll show you one certificate that I gave last time, no? Wait, so you mean, yun. So, sabi, I agree with all that you have discussed. Thank you po, the Desire Banagwa. Oh, dapat nabura, sayang. Okay. It's how you deal. Yes. Sir, good morning po. Dealing about customer complaint. Any tips po? Well, the thing with customer complaints is, again, I would tell this to you with 4 ways. Listen, apologize, okay? Solve, and thank. Listen, apologize, solve, and thank. Now, kasi syempre, again, it's all about listening skills. Listening skills. Kailangan na alam nyo yung sinasabi ng guest, bakit siya nagreklamo, ano ang reklamo niya. Okay? So, it's those things, no? Okay, ito yung, ano natin, guys. Wait lang. So, I gave a webinar also about upselling. So, this is how the first certificate would look like, no? So again, if you want another, so syempre, there's a fee for this one, and there is another. Teka guys, I don't know why it's not shown. Wait lang, sorry. There's a, wait lang. Wait a minute. Ito na lang. Wait lang ha. Okay. Let me share to you a sample para makita ninyo. Okay. Bakit hindi makita? Teka. PowerPoint yata eh. Dali. Sorry about that. Chrome tab, window. Okay. Kita nyo na ba? Can you see the sample certificate? Ayan. Ayan. Okay, so this is how the sample certificate looks like, guys. So, ayan, certificate of attendance. This is for one. Okay, one webinar. Meron pa tayong isa kung gusto nyo pa. No? So that's 2. So two different fees po 'yan, no? 2 different fees po 'yan. Na mamaya ko kayo tatanungin pag nasagot ko na tong last 2 questions. So sir, sabi ni Ma'am Sai ninyo, how do we show confidence in selling in the bar or restaurant if we are in other countries where racism or discrimination? Okay, Ma'am Saini, actually to answer this question, these are 2 different. Okay? Actually, hindi siya connected. Okay? Now, racism or discrimination, pareho yan, pero it has nothing to do really with confidence. No? Confidence, like I said kanina, in selling, you have to have product knowledge and you have to have communication skills. Now, if you have good communication skills, then you can actually express yourself. Now, in terms of these things, itong problem na to, ano yan eh, that's an internal problem. Let's say for the restaurant ninyo, no, if there's something like that, like I said, there's a procedure. So, pwede kayo mag-grieve. No? You can write a written incident report about that. Now, in terms of, if let's say the guest, so kaya nga, you can express yourself. Kasi hindi ka pwedeng, hindi ka pwedeng tatahi-tahimik o ngingiti-ngiti ka lang. You know, when you feel abused already. Diba? So, again, being able to express yourself. No? In terms of confidence, I think, again, hindi siya correlated because here we are discussing techniques in selling, but this, ma'am, about discrimination, this is another topic. Okay? But if you are saying paano po tayo magiging confident in selling kung may racism or discrimination, in the first place, no, when you are in the workplace, bago ka pa man magsimula, makikita mo na, but the question is how you handle that. Okay? It's a whole new topic, but yeah, I think that's how I would answer this question, ma'am. Sige, ito naman kay Mike Lester. How about the assurance? Kung nakuha mo na yung reason ng customer or order, sir, pwede rin ba yon? Like giving an assurance? Yeah, well, that's why you repeat the order. That's why you repeat the order. But again, if you have to communicate it to the guest, well, listening skills nga di ba? Wala ka nang i-assure, basta you repeat the order. Pwede mo kasi sabihin sa end the statement, thank you very much, it was a pleasure serving you. Again, we apologize for what happened. Rest assured, it won't happen again. So, pwedeng ganun. No? I don't know if I understood your question correctly, but the fact that you repeat the order, that's already the assurance that you're getting the right order. And then you ask the guest, would that be all? So pag would that be all, it confirms na tama yung order mo. Okay? Ano pa? Okay, sige sir, maybe on the next webinar again. Alright, so let me ask you, literal na bagay kung paano mo i-handle yung pangyari. Yeah, Ma'am Roshimi. So kasi it's a different it's a different approach. Confidence is one thing, handling discrimination is another thing. So hindi siya pwedeng maging parang for example, confident ako confident ako sa concert, 'di ba? Tugtog ako. Biglang nang bato sa akin ng kamatis. Now, how do I handle that? There's nothing wrong with me being confident, pero yun, external factor na yun You know what I mean? So, internal versus external. Now, pwede yun, yung ng bato, mahuli yun ng bouncer, sipahin palabas ng court, ng concert venue. Okay? Now, pwede din naman, kung talagang sugurin ko yun. So, again, it's a different topic. Okay? So, siguro guys, with that being said, now, I will ask one last question to you. No? So, the question is, do you still want another webinar or okay na tayo for this topic? Please type yes if we proceed or no if okay na kayo. Majority wins tayo, ha? Okay, dalawa lang sasagot. Yes or no. Okay, so Ma'am Saini, mukhang tuloy, no? Mukhang tuloy tayo. Actually, itong susunod, the second webinar is just it's just ganun din, mga 1.5 hours or 1. So, sige, proceed na tayo kaagad, no? Proceed na tayo. So, yung mga mag-no, okay lang. You can always watch this naman again, no? If you want the certificate. But let me just remind you, so, dalawa na po to, no? So, may na-announce si Ma'am Saini nyo, the fee is only good for 1 webinar. So, since pangalawa na to, so, the fee is 2 na. Okay? So, sige, proceed na tayo. So, actually, I'm also excited for this next topic kasi this is very specific on, of course, the topic of the day, which is bartending. Okay? So, ito siguro, some of you would be interested in this topic kasi may nagtanong na kanina nito no? So, our topic is how to start a bartending career. Okay? How to start a bartending career. So, second topic na tayo, ha? How to start a bartending career. Okay, can you type bartender kung gusto nyo maging bartender? Can you type bartender if you want to be a bartender? Paki-type nga. Gusto kong malaman kung ilan sa inyo ang interested talaga about this subject. Tingnan nga natin. Ang dami Wow. Ang sarap pala magpunta sa Dumaguete, Ma'am Saini, at makapag face to face, ano? Siguro pag-usapan natin ito. Actually guys, nasa inyong mga kamay ano, we have to see lang the protocols but we can do naman a by batch face to face diyan or even over the weekend. Let's think of something, no? Calling the teachers so from different campuses, pati si Ma'am Saini. If you like what you are watching or learning from us, maybe we can do something in the future. O sige, so magsimula na tayo, no? So how to start a bartending career? So basically, ako to be honest with you, I was a bartender for the wrong reasons. Bakit kamo? Well, I based I based my interest based on Tom Cruise movie. No? Yung movie ni Tom Cruise na Cocktails. Siyempre ganda eh, pogi ni Tom Cruise, ang daming babae, libre drinks, nakapunta ka sa iba't ibang bansa, cool dude, 'di ba? So, for those of you who haven't watched the movie of Tom Cruise, the title of that is Cocktails. And dating nasa military si Tom Cruise. He wanted to put up a business. So nag-retire siya or he parang pa-dismiss siya sa army. Pero nagulat siya kasi hindi pala ganun kadali magtayo ng business sa New York, no? So kailangan may master's degree. Okay? Now, unfortunately, hindi pala ganun kadali. So, he had to make some money. So, pinasok siya ng isang bartender, as a bartender, tapos doon na. Nagkaroon ng babae, let's say, kung saan-saan siya napunta, etc., etc. So, you know what I mean? Hanggang sa dulo, namatay yung friend niya. And then, nakakita siya ng totoong mamahalin. And then, nabuntis niya yung asawa niya. And then, nagkaroon siya ng totoong bar in the future. So, that was always with me when I decided to be a bartender in 1998. Pero ang problema, guys, swerte nyo ngayon eh. Ang bilis maging bartender ngayon. Pero nung time ko hindi. You have to have an experience of 3 years sa hotel. So one of the things I always ask myself, paano ko magkaka-experience sa hotel wala naman akong trabaho pa, kaka-graduate ko lang. No? So but one of the things that I did was I kept on applying. Until I landed on this job, yung Virgin Cafe Tomas Morato, and I started as a barback. Taga-buhat ng case, taga-hugas, yeah, our next class, okay, ma'am, will be done 11:30. Yeah, we'll be done 11:30. So, please, if you can, we'll continue this. 11:30 po, tapos na tayo. No? So kasi this is a good follow-up of the first topic eh. So kasi kanina it was a general thing about selling sa bar, but now it's about the career. So as I was saying, if I may continue. So kasi ang nangyari, I was a barback, pero after 3 months, I got promoted to being a bartender right away kasi nag-resign yung isa dahil nababaan sa sweldo. So when I was starting out, I didn't see money as something important. Siyempre, bata pa ako noon eh. Na again, unlike now, no? Yan na talaga eh. As much as I don't want to compare, iba talaga ang mindset generation to generation, which is normal, I guess. But yeah, like I said, it's because of the movie. I got inspired of what bartending can give me, where bartending can bring me, and that's why I decided to be a bartender. Now, but how to start a bartending career? Sa totoo lang, no? The first thing, tignan ko nga sandali guys ha. I'll try to do F5. Hindi siya nagbabago. Sige, anyway, never mind. The first thing about starting a career in bartending is familiarization. Pag sinabing familiarization, you have to be familiar with the whole bar operation. Ano bang meron sa bar operation? Kung mapapansin nyo, this is our school in Marikina. This is our bartending school. Yun nga lang, unfortunately, it will be closed this year. But yeah, we are the best bartending training school in Manila, I suppose. Because of, well, ika nga kay SM, we got it all. No? We got it all. Facilities, equipment, tools, bottles, brands, you know, and training modules. So we have everything. And we also have a YouTube channel. Now, apart from that, types of bar. So, kinakailangan alam natin yung mga, kung saan tayo magtatrabaho. Okay? Minsan kasi, gusto mo maging bartender, just like me, based on hype lang. But we don't really investigate. Okay? Next is organizational chart. Now, ang bartending, hindi lang bartender. Merong organization, merong track, ang beverage department. Now, next is brands. Okay, we'll discuss that, and cocktails. So let's start with familiarization. Now, you have to ask yourself the following questions. Is this the right profession for me? Now, minsan may nakita ako na tanong, no? Okay po bang mag-HM? Magastos po ba? Okay. Now, in fact, that's not really what you should be asking. No? Pwede nyo tanongin, ano po bang meron sa HM? Or in fact, you don't even need to ask. Nandiyan naman si Google. Just type hospitality management. Just type hotel. No? Just type tourism. And I'm pretty sure there are lots of websites that can answer that question. No? So, ask yourself, is this the right profession? Kasi kaya very important that you ask that question is because pag hindi nyo nagustuhan, you just end up hopping from one profession to the other. Now, next question you have to ask yourself, what things do I have to know? Or what things do I have now that I can develop further when I go into bartending? Now, usually, since HM kayo or HRM kayo dyan sa college, by this time, if you're 4th year, dapat meron na kayong napupusuan eh. Let's say you love to cook, so kitchen department. Let's say you love to mix drinks or serve front of the house, and then you either become a waiter or bartender. Or let's say you gusto mo lagi prim and proper, lagi ka nagme-makeup, you want to talk to guests, then maybe front office or sales. Diba? So, knowing that, ask yourself, meron ba akong kailangan i-develop pa para at least when I go to the profession, more or less, I'm familiar already. Diba? Minsan kasi, another thing I want to tell you guys is about OJT. Now, yung OJT or on-the-job training nyo, sa totoo lang, hindi yan ginawa para dun lang kayo matututo. Ginawa yan para whatever you learned in school, ia-apply nyo sa work. Now, kung sakali, unfortunately, na wala kayong natutunan sa school or kulang for whatever reason, then pupunuan ng institution or pinag-OJT-han nyo. But the concept of OJT is really to apply what you've learned in school to the workplace. Okay? So just remember that. Now next, are there opportunities available? Yeah, in every profession there are opportunities available. Now unfortunately for now, okay, hindi pa ganun kadami ang bartending, pero unti-unti. In fact, I have friends who are looking for bartenders because they're opening up. Well, slowly they're opening up. And syempre, ibig sabihin yan, if one bar closes, another one opens, so there's an opportunity. Okay? Now, not only here, abroad din. But of course, be careful abroad dahil syempre, alam nyo na, yung mga mapagsamantala at illegal recruiters. The next is, how do I see myself in a year, 5 years, or 10 years from now? Technically speaking, kailangan may foresight kayo. Hindi pwedeng YOLO lang. You know, as much as that sounds great, pero dapat, especially ngayon, one thing about pandemic, no? Kahit na hindi tayo sigurado kung ano bukas, it doesn't hurt to foresee kung ano yung nakikita mo sa sarili mo. Because, you know, for a year now, we've been living as the day go by. No? Kasi wala eh. I mean, patay ang F&B industry as it is. So, you have to look for opportunities. And in fact, ito nga, one opportunity for bartending is to be able to teach bartending for the schools. And that's why there is Toma sessions, because ayaw nating mamatay ang concept ng bartending sa inyo mga kabataan just because there is a pandemic. This is just a temporary thing, you know. As we all know, vaccine is available. It's being given worldwide, but we don't know when everybody will be vaccinated. So, as early as now, we have to be prepared. Okay, now next tayo. So, there are different places to work. As I mentioned dito sa unang ano natin, ayan, types of bar, right? Now, pwede tayo sa cruise line or yate, or we can work land-based. Either it's a standalone. Pag sinabing standalone, yung mga nakikita yung bars sa tabi-tabi. Let's say, you doon sa boulevard nyo, no? Sa boulevard. So, we call that all standalone bars. Alam ko yan, yung malapit, di ba, meron kayong ferry or Roro papunta ng Siquijor. So, doon sa may boulevard nyo sa Dumaguete, marami doon standalone bars. Now, unless it's in a hotel, then you call that a hotel bar. Now, a pub normally contains beers lang, all beers. Now, a nightclub is a bar with entertainment. Pwedeng banda, okay? Pwedeng, like pub is like a sports bar din, okay? Now, membership bar or membership club, ayan, minsan may mga bars na members only. Ibig sabihin, yan yung mga talagang rich and famous or talagang nagbabayad ng premium like a Polo Club, Manila Golf Club, ganyan. And the college bar. So I'm pretty sure in Dumaguete, you have a bar that you go to para mag-chill lang, beer, coke, iced tea, ganyan, and then you see all students. Okay, so that's an example of a college bar. So yan, cruise line. So actually, may mga kaibigan na po tayo, may mga kabaro na tayo that are already going on board kasi talagang pwede na, no? But of course, very strict ang protocol when it comes to boarding the ship, no? Kailangan ka pa rin yatang i-quarantine. Let's say ikaw ay worker, you still have to undergo X number of days before you can actually work. Okay, yeah, that's the protocol for now. So yan, brand familiarization tayo. Ano ba yun? It's power. You know? Bakit? Yan, kagaya niyan. So yung bartender, like I said sa selling, if you're familiar with all the brands, then you can suggest, you can sell anything there. One of the things I tell my students, papasa kayo dito kung memorize nyo lahat. Now, in terms of memorization, that's the most hardest and the most boring. But once you memorize, now it's time to familiarize. Now, what do you say about familiarization? Now, simple lang. For example, ito. Even if I'm not looking at the bottle, the fact that the shape, I'm familiar with it, I know that it's Proclamation Gin. Diba? Now, classification. The classification would entail the different spirits: rum, gin, vodka, tequila, whiskey, brandy. The one that you've been typing: wine, liqueurs, beers, diba? Kunwari, I mentioned Jameson. Alam nyo na yun kaagad na it's an Irish whiskey. If you say Cuervo, that's tequila. If you say Siete Misterios, that's mezcal. If you say Pisco, then it's Cuatro Gallos. Now, ano ba ang Pisco? Pisco is a Peruvian brandy. Okay? So, I'm pretty sure not all of you know what the Pisco is, but this is a Peruvian brandy. This is a topic not discussed in TESDA kasi, well, isa lang bansa lang naman eh. But sometimes, there are countries kasi with specific spirits that they call. And out of respect and out of product knowledge, we need to be familiar with them also. Now, another thing is alcohol content. So, normally, on a general perspective, lahat ng spirits naman is anywhere between 40% and up. So, kailangan familiar tayo niyan. Now, when we're talking of aromatized wines, for example, so that's somewhere between 17 to 24%. When it comes to wines, stable wines, that's between 7 to 14%. So, kaya, very important. Now, yung beer. So, for example, Pale Pilsen to Red Horse. So, or stout. So, that would be anywhere between 3.5 to mga 7 or 8%. Diba? So, like I said, hindi naman kailangan exact, but you have to be familiar. Now, country of production. Now, that's also important. Bakit? Kunwari, may nag-order ng, ng vodka. Hey, do you have anything from, do you have any French vodka there? Okay? Hindi mo siya bibigyan ng Antonov. Bibigyan mo siya ng Grey Goose. Now, if a guest would ask you, do you have any rum from Jamaica? Oh, yes, we do. I have, what do you call this? Myers. I do have Appletons. No? Pag sinabi niya Jamaican, hindi mo siya bibigyan ng Tanduay, obviously. Okay? So, country of production yon. Now, next is flavor or raw material. Now, we all know very well, or if you don't, let me remind you, rum generally comes from sugarcane or molasses. Gin comes from grains, okay, infused with juniper berries and or botanicals. Vodka comes from grains or potatoes. Tequila comes from the blue agave plant. Mezcal comes from the agave plant. Okay? Brandy comes from grapes, distilled grapes. Cognac comes from distilled grapes, right? And whiskey, depending, no? But Scotch is from barley. Bourbon is from wheat or corn. Canadian is from rye, di ba? Irish whiskey is from cereal grains. Now, in terms of country of production, so like what I said, depende naman yan. So, at least you're familiar what rum is made in, Jamaica, Barbados, Philippines, US. Okay? So, bakit ganun? Kasi may mga guests tayo that might ask us that question. The thing with the bar, kung makita nyo itong picture natin, di ba? Isang bartender pero 4 na upuan. We never know who's gonna sit there. We never know. We can't assume who's gonna sit there. Pwedeng old customer, pwedeng new customer, pwedeng young customer, pwedeng new customer. Old. And that is why another part actually of being a bartender is yung acting responsible service of alcohol, which hindi na natin yung madidiscuss, but this is one of the things that makes the bartender's job difficult. Bakit? Kasi pwede tayo makapatay ng guest. No? Over intoxication. Now, if we're giving guests, lalo na minor, bawal yun. It's a crime. Now, for those who are 17 years old here, technically, if we are strict, hindi kayo pwede mag sa seminar na to or webinar, because this is supposed to be for ages 18 and above lang. Okay? But then again, very minor lang naman yan. But in face-to-face, hinihingan tayo ng ID. Okay? So that's basically that's what a bartender's job is. It's both legally and morally hard. All right. Now, ito. I'm pretty sure some of you are familiar with this term mobile bar. Now, to give you a little bit of history, technically, there's no such term as mobile bar. If you look at Google, ang mobile bar is about a mobile attorney. Ito yung mga abogado na pwede nyong rentahan online. Parang on-call, ganyan. Now, for bartending kasi, it's supposed to be a bar host or a cocktail catering. No? Na-invento lang yan. Ewan ko ba sino na naman nag-invento yung term na yan. Kasi kaya nga daw mobile kasi pwede mong dalhin from one place to another. Okay? But the term there is catering. Kasi nga food and beverage. So, it's a cocktail catering. It's a bar hosting. It's a drink hosting. Okay? Now, technically, guys, ako on a personal note, I used to own or I still do bar catering once in a while. But I do not recommend that in terms of paano ba sabihin? Improving your product knowledge. Bakit? Unang-una, limited ang products na ino-offer. The products you offer for mobile bar depends on what your customer is getting. Packages, for example. Na pag packages na sinasabi, syempre, yung iba dyan, okay, let's just put it this way, dahil pamurahan, pabarata ng so the quality is sacrificed already. So, essentially, you're not getting the right recipe. Number 2, yung frequency ng labas nyo. Just like any catering service also, okay, pwedeng kung malakas magbenta yung ahente ninyo, yes, you can be out every day, but then again, with limited options, with limited products. So in terms of improving your product knowledge, it will be limited also. I'm just telling that to you because you might get the notion that just working in a mobile bar is enough. No, it's not. Okay? You still need to apply or try working in a real bar, in a fixed standalone bar, or in a hotel. Okay? Kasi, well, that's the only way to learn and improve. Because you'll be getting guests anytime, any day, randomly, and you'll be up on your toes. Kasi dito sa mobile bar, it's fixed. It's catering. No, it's still part of a bar chart or place to work for, but it's not the best place to learn. Okay? Now, the same thing goes actually with the college bar. Kasi ano nga ba naman sa college bar? It's shots, beers, cokes. No? Yun lang. So, just a topic that I wanted to discuss. Okay, so ito kanina may nagtanong about organizational chart. No? Now, bar back or utility. So, like I said, that's the entry level. Dito ang tao ay dapat marunong maglinis, observing strict segregation, lalo na ngayon. Dapat actually ay bar back is one of the most important positions. Bakit? Kasi dapat pagdating ng bartender, ready na lahat. It's a good training ground. If you want to be a bartender, you have to be the best bar back. For sure. Okay? 100%. Ulitin ko. If you want to be a bartender, you have to be the best bar back. Okay? Kasi bakit? Kahit ikaw na rin yung bartender, pag marunong ka mag-bar back, yung kapwa mo bartender, pwede mo alalayan. Okay? Why? Because like in the ship, there are bars that, let's say in a ship, there are 12 bars and sometimes one bar is busy. So, you help your other bartender. Tingin pa lang, alam mo na kung anong kulang. Okay? So, that's the job of a bar back. Bar waiter, cocktail server. So basically, they work on the floor, they work on the lounge. So, but ideally, the bar waiter and cocktail server also memorizes the list of products and cocktails and recipes. Bakit? Posible ang bar waiter maging assistant bartender or bartender eventually. Okay? Now, ang bar waiter or cocktail server has to work hand in hand with the bartender. Na assistant bartender, technically ito ay sa service bar, hindi pa siya pwedeng humarap sa guest kasi nga he's still on his way pa lang, on his way, no? So kaya minsan kunwari may mga service bars diyan, that's where the assistant bartender is. Walang guest contact, kumbaga there is room for error, pero sana if you're an assistant bartender, if you're aspiring to be a bartender, then you have to make sure your game is up. Now, bartender. Yeah, bartender is the main focal point, no? Main focal point. Now, kanina meron ako nakita about lalaki or babae, no? Now, ngayon kasi there's no there's really no discrimination. In fact, the awareness about female bartenders is increasing and there is a high demand for female bartenders to work, no? Of course, kahit dito kita niyo sa picture, 2 babae, 3 lalaki. Or technically, the one in the middle is the manager, I think, and the rest are all bartenders. Diba? So, it's pretty balanced now. Even in the Philippines, if you go to Manila, there's quite a number of female bartenders. I don't know with Dumaguete. You can leave a comment and tell me if there are a lot of bartender females there. But if there is, then very good. Diba? Kasi sa totoo lang, once upon a time, there is a discrimination in terms of parang mahirap magkaroon ng babaeng bartender kasi walang tutulong sa pagbubuhat. No? Kasi the tough job a bartender's job is really tough. You have to carry cases of beer, bottles, kegs, etc. Buhat ka na upuan ng mesa, etc. And of course, syempre being as kunwari may term na gentleman, parang hindi mo ma-attempt na magbubuhat yung babae. So it's something like that. But like I said now, hindi na uso yan. No? Yes, you can be a gentleman, but basically equal. No? Kaya nga ang babae, if you want to work as a bartender, you have to be physically fit. Ideally, you don't have scoliosis kasi masisira likod mo. Now, I put up a term here, mixologist. Now, for some, they call themselves mixologists. Pero technically, I don't want to call myself mixologist. Kaya ako lang nilalagay yan just to respect, the term. Kasi actually, the mixologist is like a papogi term lang of bartender. This is based on a person I interviewed, si Dale DeGroff. He said that he coined that term just to put a little bit of oomph to the bartender. Pero pares lang yan. Now, sometimes kasi, now what's happening is there's an ongoing debate because a bartender can do a mixologist job, but a mixologist job can't do a bartender job because a bartender's job is lahat in and out, dirty, clean, bartender. No? Now next is wine sommelier. So wine sommelier, technically in the beverage department, is in charge of the wine needs, no? The wine needs. Okay. Obviously, they're in the ship. They are based in the dining room, in the specialty restaurant. Now, dito sa Philippines, it's already actually in demand. There are a lot of wine stores being put up, and they are looking for wine sommeliers. These wine sommeliers ideally should have a certification ng WSET, so wine spirits educational training, no, as what they call it. Now, next, barista. So barista is part of the beverage department. Of course, barista in Italian, it means bartender. Dito, specifically, barista is into coffee. But technically speaking then, a barista should be good in the machine. No? Sila din yung mismong technician. Kaya believe ako sa mga barista talaga na kayang maglinis at magbaklas ng machine nila. Kasi it's hard. No? It's electronics. But if you notice, nakalagay ito lang sa beverage department. Ang bartender, sa totoo lang, kaya mag-serve man ng wine, kaya gumawa ng kape. Okay? That's why if you see in our channel sa Toma Sessions, we do have wine topics there. In TikTok, we do have wines. We do have coffee cocktails, pero wala pa ako sa machine kasi wala akong machine available, no, to teach about coffee. Now, head bartender. So, head bartender is like the supervisor, the captain. So, normally, magkakaroon lang naman ng head bartender hanggang bar manager kung malaki yung inyong organization or inyong establishment. Okay? Head bartender, normally, if you have 3 or 4, okay, if you have 12 bars, normally, a head bartender will take care of 4 bars. And then the bartender will report to them. Also, when it comes to the ship, the head bartender is the one who conducts training. Kasi, even if you work on the ship, it doesn't mean you know everything already. Okay? Hindi totoo yan. You need training. Now, in the same way, you work here, hindi porket nag-work ka na, alam mo na lahat. No. Learning never stops. That's how you stay long in the career of bartending. Product knowledge. Hindi ka pwedeng kampante, hindi ka pwedeng mayabang. Now, let's go to the next, assistant bar manager. Now, normally, the assistant bar manager takes care of the internal operation ng beverage department. Okay? So, siya nag-check na operation. Normally, if let's say we're working on the ship, the assistant beverage manager works at night. Whereas the bar manager takes care also of the external affairs ng bar. So, for example, like sa ship, as I was saying kanina, the bar manager meets with the other managers to see paano magkaroon ng activity. Kasi sa barko, you need to work. You need to have something going on 24/7. And minsan, si bar manager, he coordinates with the front office, the entertainment department, the shore excursion. Kasi lahat sa bar tubig, champagne, coke, iced tea, cocktails, etc. So the bar manager really has his work cut out for him. So kaya nga it's good to have an assistant, no, para in time na pwede silang magtulungan. Okay, so those are the positions, no, in the bar department, kagaya ng tanong kanina. Now, one thing also that's important for you guys to know about bartending, especially in the Philippines, is in this profession, there's always something to aspire to. So, ibang ibig sabihin inspire, ha? Ibang ibig sabihin aspire. Ibig sabihin ng aspire is something that you aim to achieve, yung goal mo. Di ba kanina I was saying, oh ano ba, how do you see yourself a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now? No. So, one aspiration that I can tell you is to be part of this. If you can see, this is called Asia's 50 Best Bars 2021. Now ito yung awards night or award giving body, no, ng mga pelikula. So ito mga bars ito all over the world, no? Actually Asia, all over Asia. Now I'm happy that between 51 to 100 wala lang dito. Meron doon 2 or 3 pala from the Philippines. And meron tayong isa dito from the Philippines then. No? And this is something that you can aspire to be in. Now, nakakatuwa din kasi there are bars here in the list na may mga Pilipinong nagtatrabaho. And some of them have been my student. Yung iba sa kanila nag-aaral sa UST, yung iba sa FAU, no? So, yung iba naging mga kaibigan natin, iba galing Lyceum, you know. So, it's nice. It's nice to know. Malay mo, after this webinar, you aspire to be in these bars and you end up in these bars and kayo ang kauna-unahang taga Dumaguete. Although there is a guy that is really doing well in Dubai. He's from Bacolod. He graduated in LCC, no? At meron din isang taga Dubai, kalimutan ko na kung saan siya nag-aral diyan sa inyo. But he's also Ilonggo. You know, so it's very nice to aspire, you know, in terms of bartending. Kasi may goal kay, parang oo, sige, bartender ako. Okay, gusto ko magbarko. Okay, then what? Di ba? So pwede ipon. Or sabihin natin when it comes to the profession, after bartender, I want to be a bar manager. I want to be a assistant bar manager. I want to work in one of Asia's best bars. I want to work in one of the world's best bars. Kasi hindi lang Asia, meron pang world. You know? So it's something that you can aspire to. Now, in fact, going on the next, kasi sandali na lang din tayo, tamang-tama lang ito. Here. Now, in terms of cocktails, no, one thing that you need to learn about cocktails is mixing techniques, garnishes, classics, cocktails, mocktails, and twists. Now, dito sa Toma sessions, we teach all of these. Nandyan po yan. Now, mixing techniques from shake, stir, strain, throw, pouring, dilution, andyan yan sa videos natin. We teach you how to cut garnishes. We show some of the classics, although hindi pa lahat kasi we're continuously building. And then, yung classics, yeah, we show mostly classics, but we do have signature cocktails like El Tendero, the one you just you watched, yun yung cocktail na ginawa ko. And then we do have mocktails, yung mga non-alcoholic cocktails. And then twist. So when you say twist, pwede kayong gumawa ng sarili nyo based on the classics. Kasi at the end of the day, the job of a bartender is not to flip bottles. The job of a bartender is, yes, to entertain, but to provide quality, excellent cocktails and drinks. Okay? So, another thing just I want to mention to you, meron pa naman tayong time, is to make sure your beers are chilled. Never serve beers na hindi malamig tapos maglalagay kayong ice sa baso. That's a no-no. Okay? I repeat. No? That's a no-no. Kailangan malamig ang beer nyo. It's ice cold para hindi nyo na kailangan maglagay ng yelo. Okay? Ice dilutes the flavor of the beer. Okay? So that's just a reminder. Now, so with that being said, if you really want to start a career in bartending, then you have to invest. You have to invest in tools. One of which is the shaker. Okay? So, unti-unti lang. Wag tayo, you know, as much as we understand the situation now, pero wag niyo sasabihin, pwede po bang makahanap ng ano, pero mura lang. O, di ba? Para meron kaagad tayong wall, no? Alamin niyo muna yung mga products available. No? Wag na natin pangunahan. Pwede po bang bumili ng ganito pero mura lang? Okay? Don't what do you call this? Don't cut yourself short or don't sell yourself short. No. Now, when it comes to tools, ayan, kunwari ito, bar spoon din. Diba? You invest on things. Invest on the proper glassware. For example, ito. So, this is a glass, tasting glass for spirits. It's called the Glencairn. Okay? So, invest on that. So, a glass is about 300 to 400 pesos. A shaker like this is about 1,000 plus. A bar spoon like this is about 300 to 1,000. And it says here, invest on books. So yeah, so invest on books. I do have books. Now this one I bought in the States for ito, $40. Oh, so kaya nga invest eh. Again, don't get the wrong idea. I'm not selling this to you, but I'm just telling you, if you want to start a career in bartending, never pays to invest. Now again, apron. Oh, kailangan nyo ng apron. We have an apron game. Ayun, po-promote ko. Ako nagbebenta ko ng apron, customized. You can go to our Facebook, prawns.ph. So we have the best, well, we have good designs there that you can choose from. And last but not the least, invest in training. So actually, itong ginagawa ninyo ngayon, guys, is a very good way of investing. Pero kulang pa to, because this is just online, no? Now, training kasi, before, actually, swerte kayo ngayon kasi meron ng ganito. Dati walang ganito eh. No? And dati wala rin ako. Nag-aaral pa lang din ako. But I realized the importance of training the right way and all basic. Because with basic training, you can never go wrong. No? You can never go wrong with basic training. And that's what we at Toma Sessions bring to the table. Okay? So with that, guys, that summarizes or ends our topic on how to start a career in bartending. Now, to finalize this, before you ask questions again, a career in bartending will never die. Okay? Ngayon nga, gaya ng sabi ko, na ano lang, naistorbo lang tayo. Naistorbo lang tayo. No? Naistorbo lang tayo because of the pandemic. But it won't die. Why? Because people love to drink. Simula pa nung unang panahon, simula pa nung panahon ni Lord. 'Di ba? People would congregate in weddings, in the table for the Last Supper. They want to drink. And when there's drink, there's a bartender. And when there's a bartender, and then when there's drink, there's Toma Sessions on YouTube. No? Ika nga nila. So, but in order to have a career, it's a process. Kaya nga tawag career eh. Wala tayong makukuha ng shortcut. That's why I'm proud to say that I've been doing this for 23 years now, but there's still a lot of things that I need to know. Marami pa ako hindi alam. You know, marami pa ako hindi alam. Nagkakamali pa rin ako. There's still things that I need to improve, you know, but I can share with you the 23 years. Not necessarily being experienced is the best teacher. No. Hindi nyo kailangan magkamali para sabihin yung natuto kayo. Minsan, kailangan nyo lang makinig dun sa mga taong nagkamali para hindi nyo nagawin. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Kaya may nagsabi, experience is the best teacher. Ako po, I don't really believe in that. Bakit? Paano kung ang experience ng tao ay magnakaw for 10 years sa bar? Now, that's not the best teacher. Okay? So, I'm telling you now, for example, ako, I know yung mga kalokohan sa bar, but I didn't do that for a time. Bakit? Nawawala ng kita yung bar eh. Niloloko ko lang yung bar. No? And hindi ako pwede magreklamo, ba't mababa yung service charge ko? Alam ko naman na dahil nananakaw yung mga ibang inumin. 'Di ba? So, that's not really a best teacher. Okay? So, all you need to do is really listen and have an open mind. And learning never stops. Okay? So, yeah. So, I guess that's it. Pero I just want to tell you something about, there's a person that mentioned about the certificate. Now, guys, this is based on experience. Okay? Now, the reason why the certificate is blank and PDF, simple lang ang dahilan yan. Sa dami na nagre-request for certificate, mahirap mag-wrong spelling wrong. Tapos, ibabash nyo ang Toma sessions at papakorekan nyo pa ng wrong spelling. Okay? Ang advantage ng blanco, wala kayong gagawin is insert word art or text art at ilalagay nyo mismo yung pangalan nyo dun bago nyo i-print. Okay? So, yun yung dahilan. No? Again, experience taught this to me. Kakasabi ko lang na magbibigay ako ng certificate na blank, nag-request ng merong pangalan, wrong spelling. No? Kasi ang wrong spelling, sa totoo lang, kahit sa gobyerno, kahit pa typewriter, hindi yan. Sino ba namang gusto pangalan in ma-murder, di ba? Oh, ako nga, yung pangalan ko, laging na-murder simula nung grade 1 ako. But that's why I'd rather have a blank certificate na ako na magta-type kaysa sa meron ngang pangalan, mali naman ang spelling. Okay? So, I hope you heard that part, no, with regards to bakit walang ano. Tsaka nandiyan naman yung pirma natin. And andito na yung channel, no? This session is recorded. This session, actually, yung mga malilate at hindi nakakita ng buong seminar and wants to pay for 2 certificates, as long as ma-view nyo ito lahat and makita natin yung red line, kasi may red line yan pag nasa history na. Pag nakita yung buo, that means you watch the whole thing. Okay? It's that simple. No? I'll leave that to you. And then, all you need to do is coordinate with your teacher or Ma'am Saini for the GCash. Then, as soon as I get a list, okay, then we will email it to you. Syempre guys, hindi to biro, no? Please, hindi ko naman ito mabibigay kaagad sa inyo sa Monday. Okay, but I will coordinate with your teachers so that meron tayong timeline kung kailan mabibigay. But again, rest assured, if you didn't get the seminar na buo, panoorin ninyo. Okay? Because everything naman has been discussed. So, this is a connected topic kasi being a bartender and how to upsell. Okay? So, it's both part of your course also as HRM, no? And selling kasi is El Tindero, can apply to all department. Okay? So, with that, do you have a question? What's my complete name? Well, you can call me Richie. My real name is John Richelieu. Yun. So, French name is, I have a second French name. So, any question? Tanong tayo, mga 3 lang. Tapos we can go kasi it's already past 11:30. Sige. So, ito, practice makes perfect. Oh. Guys, don't get the... Again, let me just tell. Women bartenders rule. Okay, maraming mga magagaling na babaeng bartender talaga ngayon. And there's a big demand. Sir, you mentioned that you work at cruise line. So, how was your experience in the shipper? Sir, at ilang years ba dapat ang experience required? Okay. I always get this never-ending question. Alam mo kasi for cruise ships, ang standard is 2 years. Hindi ko pala nabanggit to. Ang isa sa naging trabaho ko pala, I was the beverage trainer for Holland America Line. So I repeat, I was the beverage trainer for Holland America Line for 3 years. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng Pilipino na gusto magbarko sa cruise line namin ng Holland America, ako yung trainer nila for the bar dito sa Pilipinas. So I handled all the 15 ships. Now, the first requirement is 2 years work experience, relevant. Now, kasi madaling sabihin may 2 years work experience ka, okay? Oo, may hotel ka nga, pero yung hotel mo naman, parang apartel. Okay, so that means you're not really exposed to drinks. So as long as you have, yung experience mo is relevant or loaded ka with knowledge on cocktail service, beers, brands, wines, then that's not a problem. Now, another thing about applying in the cruise ship, minsan meron din yung buenas Meron tayong tinatawag na wrong place, wrong time, right place, right time. Okay? Pero, check mo lang sa Google yung mga agency, okay, and different ships, and keep applying. But before you apply, you have to secure your papers muna. Okay, like yung Marina, yung Seaman's Book mo, yung mga ganyan, BT, etc. No? I meant work experience or not negative experiences. Yeah, so same, Ma'am Desire. Actually, yung sa work experience kasi it's the, ako din, don't get me wrong, I'm basing this on what people, or sabihin natin yung mga usapang Toma, no? In terms of work experience nga, regardless, yun na nga eh. If you have work experience, okay? If you have work experience, let's say 5 years, okay? But unfortunately, in those work experience, malikot ang iyong kamay. Okay? So kasi negative experience or positive experience, ideally you get positive experience. But what I'm only saying is, kaya ako po, again, I respect your opinion. Okay naman, that's your opinion. You experience is the best teacher. Na ako, I'm explaining why I am not really a fan of that. It's because, especially for a bartender, okay, madaming Tom Cruise experience eh. Now, I learned over the years that Tom Cruise experience is just for movies. And in the real world, that will not make you last long. Na in fact, yung all day, all night drinking, okay, hindi ka tatagal sa buhay mo sa mundo. Even if you do that, let's say in all your job, you drink always, you get drunk, syempre kawawa yung katawan mo. And I'm saying that because there are some people that get the wrong notion of the job. Na if you are a bartender, ay, naku, lagi kang toma, lagi kang umiinom, lagi kang lasing, etc. Not necessarily. But then again, hindi ka pwedeng maging bartender kung hindi ka tumitikim. Okay, so yeah, that's yun lang naman, Ma'am Desiree, ang aking ibig sabihin with that. All right, so yeah, I hope you did learn a lot. Please do watch our videos. Madami pa kayong matututunan dyan. And again, I would like to make a shout out doon sa lahat ng professors na nandito. So yeah, thank you so much guys, no? Nakakataba yung ng puso ang inyong mga comments dito of thank you, additional knowledge. Yep, thank you so much. We learned a lot from you. Very helpful. Yeah, of course, okay lang magkamali dyan kasi di naman tayo natututo. Try until you succeed. Yep, learning never stops. Whether negative, whether positive. Kasi ako lang, simple lang. If maiwasan natin yung negative, why not, di ba? Kasi minsan pag we don't have to, although yun ang pampakulay sa mundo natin, but minsan, if we can avoid that, edi mas maganda. If lahat positive, di mas maganda. Pwera lang COVID, di ba? So, I think that's it, guys. No? If you have no more questions for me, again, I will coordinate with your teachers with regards to the certificate. And I would like to thank again, last na po ito, Ma'am Saini, pasalamatan ko lang po yung mga teachers natin. Siaton Campus, Miss Maricel Saire. Bais Campus, Mr. Giovanni Gravador. Main Campus, Mr. Ryan Taiko, Mr. Millard Von Tubog. Ganda ng pangalan ni Sir Von. Miss Lyra Espinosa, Miss Glennon Zamora, Miss Leroz Rizada. And actually may nag-message sa akin na teacher din. Si Ma'am, sino ba yung isa? Ma'am Maricel Torres Saire. Ayun, yun. Okay. So yeah, that's it for me. So if you have no more questions, so thank you very much guys from the bottom of my heart. Siguro I'd like to leave this session with a glass of proclamation gin. Konti lang naman, no? So proclamation gin, actually ito kung mapansin nyo, hindi naman tayo maglalasing, but it's just a tasting. So to appreciate any spirit, you have to look at it. You have to smell it to appreciate the aroma, and now it's time to taste it. Okay, ang sarap, ng proclamation gin. Alright, so with that being said guys, again, this is Richie Cruz of Toma Sessions. Always remember, be inspired, be informed, and be involved. See you on our next episode. 1, 2, 3. Toma na.